Last we left off, as the group had managed to find themselves captured by some drow, or at least some of them did. Orin and Leah, with the help of Sir Dilf, uh, Hugin and Mugen, and young Jimmy, tracked the rest of the group, or at least did their best to, eventually coming upon a pit that led to a drop. They eventually all dropped down and ended up on the outskirts of some kind of drow underdark city, which they were not all that quiet and found out uh, by by some scouts. After Sir Dilfa possibly convinced them to lead them to their leader due to being diplomats from the upper world. Uh, they went with them, except for Leah, eventually convincing the one that seems to be in charge to take her to the rest of the group. Uh, Agreeing to his request of dinner, she went with them, saw that Bora is currently looking different along with the Dragnir, and, well, Enoch, like normal, is always looking different. But while that was happening, Henna, after being taken out of the cell, was led with a mysterious stranger who was in the cells, one of the cells with them, to some kind of estate where they answered a few questions, revealed a few things, and possibly made some kind of deal in which Henna received a little spider that apparently she can talk through as some kind of a voice proxy.
Oh, the spider's the thing that talks.
As we get back to it, we will start with Leah. While the gentleman Drow seemed to have been taking care of some business at his estate, he sent you with a couple individuals to take care of any bathing and clothing needs you may have. As you're allowed to, at the moment, it seems, traverse the city and look for some clothing wares.
Okay. I guess. I mean, I haven't seen Henna yet, right?
You have not seen Henna yet, no. You've only seen
Alright.
Bora, Enoch, and Rainier. You lost contact with Orin and the rest, and you are currently by yourself.
Okay. Can I? Alright. Alright, I guess I'm not gonna not. I don't want to be rude, so I'm gonna actually do what I'm supposed to be doing, which is look for clothes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna do that, but also a secondary goal is I'm gonna try to see if I can look around or overhear anything about anything noticeably that's from part of my party, anything of Enoch's nonsense or somebody who can't speak or just like that stuff.
Sure, roll me a perception check.
Enoch.
What's that?
Roll me a perception check.
Yeah, it's not good.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. I want to see if I have my D&D notes that I have. I haven't used any of my foreign rolls. Oh, you want to know what then? Okay, I'm going to use my, 13 plus 4? What's 13 plus 4?
17.
Okay, I'm going to use my 13.
Okay. With a 17, you overhear whispers here and there, and you notice that you are getting quite a lot of stares in your direction. Uh, Most a mixture of confusion and disdain. Uh, some pure curiosity, others just absent mindedness. Like, sort of just like, whatever, just sort of not really caring. Um, but with your 17, you overhear mention of someone at some point a drow. Uh, Not in the finest of clothes. Seems to be more military wear. Speaking of the oddity of how many surface dwellers have been coming in recently, and seems to be having a very brief, like, you aren't able to overhear too much of it as you're passing by, but you're able to gauge that it's some kind of conversation, and the other person sort of responds with something along the lines of, in Undercommon, yeah, I'm wondering why they're getting treated so well if they're just gonna end up going to the blacksmith.
Okay. What I'm gonna do then is there like a nook that's like away from, like, is there any way I can like sneak away to somewhere where like nobody really is and like wouldn't, like, nobody's eyes are gonna track me or anything?
Seeing as how you have like two drow following you,
Oh, I have people following me. Okay.
well, not in a like skulky way. Like, the guy sent you off with like two drow. They have the money, and he told them just to get you whatever you wanted, in terms of clothing and, you know, jewelry or anything. So if you want, you can try and slip away from the general crowd, and maybe slip away from them if you want to attempt.
Okay, so I'm gonna turn to them and I'm gonna tell them what I'm kind of looking for. And then I want to like go and into a store and like be like, okay, let's all look for this stuff, and then I want to just for a minute slip away.
Okay, I'll say roll a deception check, or a performance, either or, and just roll that first.
Well, they're both the +1s. They're both not great. So, yeah. So,
Right. They say that the one that sort of has the coin purse on him says, "No, it's all right. I'll stay with you if you don't mind. Don't want you to get lost or nothing."
Leah's gonna just nod and accept defeat at that point, and is still gonna like tell them. I mean, okay, so what am I supposed to be dressing for? Is this like, do I know what I'm supposed to be dressing for?
Dinner date?
The guy said dinner, and Bora screamed in confusion, date.
Okay.
So whatever Leah construes as that.
Okay, so she's gonna dress, I guess, like she's gonna dress as she would with when she was in like Corden, like, when I say like Corden attempts, do you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you mean. Like, I understand
Yeah.
what you mean.
But she's gonna try to dress like that, but she's gonna dress specifically in like a, like, okay, she doesn't want to do like cultural appropriation for the drow shit, but she wants to like dress.
I mean, okay, I'm
like,
gonna be honest. Most of the stuff here is very much drow aesthetic. Like, imagine just walking into a Forever 21 mixed with a Sephora's mixed with Hot Topic.
Yeah, so she's, but like, do you know? Okay, so like, if she puts on any clothing like that, it's not going to be. She doesn't want to like culturally appropriate drow shit, but she wants to dress like she's attended something with a drow in a drow city.
Yeah, you're trying to respect the culture. I get it.
Yeah, like respect the culture, not appropriate it.
Yeah,
Ask the.
sure. I'll say that
That's-
asking. I assume Leah would ask for advice from either the drow that she's with, or the ones that are at this sort of like store that's carved into the side of a wall. With,
Yes, let's do that.
yeah, your choice, and I'll say just tell me, I guess what kind of style you're going for, because I'll be honest, it ranges from like business casual to dominatrix.
Go for
Is the matrix.
Dominatrix is
Dominatrix.
very much Leah's style currently.
Really?
go for front receptionist at a BDSM dominatrix place. So like does that make sense?
Awfully specific.
Pencil scoot.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
are you talking about like a BDSM secretary?
Yes, a BDSM secretary.
So a leather pleated skirt and a leather harness.
No, okay, shit. I know it's so a blouse with a
Are you
leather
talking-
corset.
Okay, wait. Do you just mean like a dom teacher outfit?
Yeah, actually, hold on. Let me look up Dom teacher outfit.
Jesus Christ.
I was zoning out for 2 seconds and I came back to that.
Yeah, that Zane, you know how this game goes. If you jump out for even half a second, you make the mistake.
Here because I have been the secretary at a dom club, and I was doing it as a favor for a friend because I lived near where the club was. I'm supposed to take
What?
people's
Okay,
stuff.
is that-
I'm supposed to take their money, and I went in a panda onesie because I was like, I'm in my pajamas and I'm not changing.
Okay,
So I was.
am I the only one who?
I'm just imagining Leah in a random onesie.
Okay,
Alana, you are robotic.
yeah, I was gonna say, is it just me or is Amy just doubling
It
up?
was funny.
For me, it was just her.
Did anybody else hear that glitch in the Matrix?
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
good.
she
So
did,
we're-
like,
so
her
we
audio
can all
was something.
no it's fine, Amy. It's just that we couldn't really understand half the things you were saying because it literally doubled up on itself, like it reverbed and echoed.
For me, her audio was just skipping back.
Maybe.
Yeah,
But,
Yeah.
that's why I said glitch in the Matrix moment.
Hmm.
Oh.
I just remembered.
Yeah.
I remembered you calling out my fashion sense. I zoned out for 2 seconds and I come back to reality to dominatrix outfit. I don't know why I'm not lost.
Okay, I have pictures. It is lingerie. There is no.
Okay. It might be lingerie, but I'll say that you might be able to find, depending on what you send, you might be able to find something that's less lingerie and more actual clothing or armor.
Uh,
I see here, I'm just picturing this is going to wind up being Leah's new combat style.
think along the lines of like this, but like
Oh.
the second picture's material. The first one's like corset-like situation, but also a pencil skirt and a blouse underneath the top, like
Or-
blouse with like a leather like what's it called
Corset.
corset, and then like pencil skirt
The corset on top of the shirt or the blouse or underneath.
on top.
Okay. Yeah, I can understand that. Sort of like goth Lolita style.
Yeah. And like something she can like actually like dark academia that she can like that's the aesthetic, but like that she can move in, like that she can run from.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
essentially, if this goes bad,
I will be honest, it is not hard to find like that sort of like leathery skirt like that still gives you movement. It's not hard. You get like you can find the
That is-
fishnet stockings easily. I don't know if you want the choker with the chain. I don't know if that's also what you meant.
no. But yeah, so like that. So basically, she just wants to kind of like fit in, but not look like she's trying too hard, and still want to be able to run if necessary.
Sure. Makeup or jewelry? Yes, no.
I mean,
Most,
she'll
I'll be
go
honest.
with whatever. She'll
Yeah.
go with whatever is suggested to her with her compatriots.
I'm gonna be honest.
Actually, Can I do a perception check on the people I'm with to see if they are actively going to fuck me over or not with this?
Sure, roll insight.
Fuck!
Leah, you think that there might be a decent chance that they're setting you up to be a laughingstock in whatever place you're going.
Okay, so she'll just go. She'll go with the outfit, but then she'll go on her own, and she'll find a storekeeper and ask them what they think
Of your outfit?
of like makeup and jewelry. She picked up the outfit, so she's not really too concerned about the outfit. She's more concerned about jewelry.
I'll be honest, in terms of makeup, it comes in either shades of purples, reds, or blacks. Not much variety. It seems to be like, just from natural stuff, not really magical in any capacity. And in terms of jewelry, it seems to be like, how do I describe it? The jewelry itself doesn't seem to be made out of like fine, refined, and like twisted and worked on metals. It seems to be like little decorative things like that are either beautiful or like gold, like threads of gold mixed in with like spider webbings and stuff like that. Like not even spider webbing, spider silk. Like it's definitely one of those things where you won't really find this kind of aesthetic somewhere else, only because it draws so heavily upon the natural material within this landscape of underground.
Yeah, I think she's definitely interested in the fact that she won't be able to find this anywhere else. So I think, I assume I'm in a shop that has like jewelry or shit. Can I do like a check to see if there's anything in there that is specifically like, I will only get this here and it will like, basically, essentially, is there anything here that's like magical and stuff? Like my hat.
Sure, roll me an Arcana check.
And then I'm gonna just put red lipstick on. I don't think that's...
Sure. 16. Looking around, you don't quite find anything that is magical, enchanted, or has any specific like arcane runes or symbols drawn into it, even if it's not magical in and of itself. As for stuff that could be found just here, you haven't been to too many stores, maybe like 3 at most, and you do maybe find like a ring here that's sculpted from a sort of purplish stone and has like a sort of like a chunk of amethyst and maybe some other kind of red crystal, not quite a ruby, jutting out in a different direction, almost like 2 spikes going out like in 45-degree angles from the sort of like stone ring, as well as like a few earrings that are made of a combination of spider silk and golden thread, as well as sort of like pulsating green, like semi-sticky material that's like been thinned down, like hardened to an almost crystalline state in its own way.
Okay. She's gonna pick up the ring, and then she's gonna get the earrings, but she's not gonna switch out her earrings that she already has in the dragon earrings.
Yeah. Okay.
But she's gonna pick them up because she's just gonna want to have them.
Yeah. Just collection. Got it.
Yeah. So that's, and then she's that's it. Shoes, but I think her shoes are kind of just like Mary Jane's as they are anyway. So I mean, maybe get like a new polished pair of Mary Jane's. I don't know.
I have no idea what Mary Jane's are. I'm gonna be real with you.
Come on, let's get with this.
I'm sorry that I'm not a fashionista.
The Mary Jane is the fucking things that were like with my Catholic high school that I had to wear.
I've never been to a Catholic high school.
What?
I've never been to a Catholic high
They're
school.
standard flats.
But yeah, they're basically, they're just this, like, essentially. Camera. Here we go. They're just like flats with like a lace on them, essentially, like a strap.
Okay, yeah, I get it. Yeah, I mean, there's stuff there. There's like versions of that are like closer to heels, like in varying sizes. But yeah, you can
Yeah,
just get the general
Hair.
flats.
There's shit
So
she
you
can
mean
run
Leah
it.
wouldn't want a thigh-high stiletto boot?
Leah wouldn't. Alana has a
Alana very specifically has that. Leah does not care so much.
Leah, no. Alana has, but yeah, no. She's gonna, and then I guess she's gonna talk to the people she's with to learn more about them and like what's going on recently. Like more about. She wants to learn more about like what this place is, what they're doing, like etc.
Roll a persuasion check.
Of course, I had to persuade them.
I mean,
they
yeah,
couldn't
like.
Oh, you want to know what? Fuck it, I'll use my 15.
Sure, you have a 16 to your persuasion. They look to you and say, like, what is Leah asking specifically? Like, what questions is she sort of like throwing at them to see if they'll answer?
So she's just kind of like, she wants to know essentially what this is. Like, if this is a set community, is it well known in the upper worlds? Like, what are your traditions here? Who are you? How do you fit into this role? Like, this culture? Like very anthropology-esque questions.
Sure. With your persuasion, they let you know that this city is called Gahain Veltak. But because you understand Undercommon, I can give you the much more pronounceable name.
Thank you.
It is called the City of Dreams in Undercommon.
Okay.
I want to see what it is in not Undercommon.
I'm gonna talk to I'm gonna talk to them in Undercommon. I'm gonna like all of this. I'm gonna once they tell me like no, I'm not gonna like let you wander around. Everything is gonna be in Undercommon.
Yeah, I was gonna say they definitely any drow that you've sort of like talked to in Undercommon, which I assume any of them have all just sort of like had a brief moment of like surprise and then like quickly they like sort of just adjusted to go back to like they're almost like poker faces, just continuing like interacting with you in whatever way they have, either just melancholy or like a very pissy kind of like customer service sense, like where they're not really the best, or at least they're just not being good to you.
Yeah, the only people I've spoken to in Undercommon is not the main guy, who I haven't got the name of, right?
No, he's not actually given his name yet. But to be fair, you also haven't given. To be fair, you also haven't given your name to him yet.
Also fair, yes. But I'm gonna. So the only people I've spoken to in Undercommon is like the shopkeeps and then the two people I'm with. That's it.
Yeah. So yeah, they're reacting like that. They tried speaking very broken common to you at the beginning, but you probably quickly show them that you can speak their language fluently enough that communication is capable.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, they say that this is called the City of Dreams, and it is a well-known stronghold for trade between like the races that live below the surface, as well as one of the more, I guess, what sort of put this, prosperous drow settlements as far as they know. They say that their role here is mainly to just sort of they say that their main role is basically just they are guards and like men under the house of Dorneri, and that they serve under their master, but you hear almost like strained level, like not like a spiteful or hate, just more of a like. I can't believe I'm saying this. It's almost like it's blasphemous saying this. Like when they say the word master. The master of our master, and our mistress, which comes out a lot more fluid for them. And yeah, they say that they're mostly just essentially just for the sake of it, of you knowing that they are members of House Dorneri as guards.
Okay, so when they get tense with the whole master thing, does it come across as in like, oh, he's more of a compatriot and it's really weird to call him a master, or does it come across, oh, I fucking hate this guy and I don't want to serve him?
It's not the second one and it's not the first. It comes off as more of a the word master seems weighted on their tongue in an odd way. Not necessarily because of him, but more so they are not it seems as though as they are not quite used to saying the word. As almost as if you were trying to pronounce, a word in a random language out of nowhere.
Ooh, am I about to become a mistress? All right.
I dare you to say something in Welsh.
Point proven. There we go. So it's like that where it's just like, hey, I'm just gonna tell you a random word and I just need you to pronounce it real quick. It's okay. What now? For example, Zane. Say my first name.
Fuck you.
Point proven.
That is
Again.
an interesting first name.
How does that become owl?
Do you actually want me to try?
No.
Yes, please.
It was just more of a messing with you for the sake of a moment.
Okay.
You can if you want. I'm not gonna stop you, but.
No.
I want to try.
Do it, you coward.
I don't know his name.
Exactly. You must find it out. That is your task.
I know your first name.
Oh my god.
I know you know my first name because Zane knows my first name.
Anybody who has you as a friend on TikTok knows it.
Fair.
TikTok on the clock, but the body don't stop. And like, oh.
Okay, Kesha.
I miss Kesha. Yeah. Anything else they got for me? Or is there? I want to know if there's like any big celebrations going on or anything like that. Like, did we come at a time when there was like anything going on? Anything going on in the city?
They let you know that there is the Festival of the Night Spiders coming up in about 2 months' time.
Can I ask about what that is? Or do I know what that is?
You do not know what that is. Definitely not.
Can I ask what that is then?
They tell you that it's a sort of spiritual festival in which they go and essentially it's almost like a vision quest combined with a physical journey, to go and find something. The specific thing that they have to find is sort of like what they call a soul spider, which is like a spider that's generally linked to their essence, and they do it every year, but very few within their lifetime actually find their spirit spider, and when they do, it can essentially act as like a few separate things. It can do like it's almost like how to explain that. It's sort of like a familiar in a way, but not quite.
Okay.
Like they don't really know how to fully explain it to you, because even they seem a little vague on everything that it could do. Because they say that for those who have found their spirit spider, they are generally the ones who are chosen by Lolth, and it manifests in different ways for each of them, like sort of what the bond is.
So you mean like a spider that can be used to speak?
Possibly.
Possibly.
Man, Enoch knew that spidery crust right when he walked into his new cell was a little odd.
Crust.
Enoch found his spirit spider. It's just looking at him. I will lay you 1,000 eggs!
Oh god, no.
As it actually just lays chicken eggs.
Oh god. Wow.
That sounds so painful for a spider.
Creepy! Just smacks it.
Must die.
Pesky.
Leah's gonna ask a little bit more about like a spirit spider and like, is it like people that are touched by Loth, or Loth is chosen for a specific purpose, or is it just kind of like a spirit that shares like a part of your soul, like that type of thing?
They say that it's essentially those who have been committed to Loth and who she favors eventually find their spirit spider within their lifetime. Usually, those who are priestesses of Loth are the ones who generally find it. But there have also been those who aren't necessarily part of the, clergy, for lack of a better term, who end up finding their spirit spiders, such as champions or just the average Joe Schmo, who eventually later in life gains a much higher status than they ever would if they didn't find it. It's one of those things where if you end up finding your spirit spider, it opens a lot of opportunities, not just because of what it can, the bond, what it can do, but also it's almost like a status symbol, like a prestige symbol.
Okay. And then she's gonna ask if it's just she doesn't want to come across like she wants one because she has no interest, but she's gonna is it just drow that are chosen for this?
They answer very abruptly yes.
Very abruptly yes. Okay. All right.
The moment you say not even half a second later, they're both just yes.
Alright, I got you.
Yeah. I'll say by the end of this conversation, you finally get back to the estate. Or sorry, not the estate. They take you to, or actually, sorry. They would have informed you that they would have been taking you to the restaurant after you did the whole shopping thing, so, they would have allowed you to change in, a changing room at the store or something while you were there. Or at least a back room.
I have a bag with me, right? So I don't want to lose these clothes. I'm not going to be walking around.
None of your stuff has been taken from you.
Yeah, so I have a bag, so I'm going to put my normal clothes in my bag just so I have them to change out at one point.
Okay.
And then I'll go with them.
Alright. So, you go with them, and eventually they take you to this restaurant. That, again, for the sake of you actually being able to read Undercommon, I will say that it is known as Midnight Lantern.
Midnight Lantern?
Sorry, the Midnight Lantern. That's what the restaurant is called.
Okay.
At least roughly translating it to common.
Yeah.
Could fall anywhere between, the Lantern of the Midnight or blah, 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 yeah. So, you go there, and as you enter, it seems to be fairly empty. In fact, you don't even see somebody behind the little podium who you assume might be there, but you don't see or hear anything within the restaurant. And oddly enough, while everything else has been made of stone and stuff, this restaurant seems to actually have wooden tables and stuff like that, and chandeliers. It seems very high class. Something similar to, at least an aesthetic, to places you've been before.
So it looks like a upper plane restaurant?
Yeah, it looks like an upper plane, It just looks like a very fancy restaurant that you've seen. It gives the same kind of aesthetic vibes, except it has this dark noir, smoke lounge-esque kind of feel to it.
All right.
But yeah, you legitimately just don't see anything or anyone in here. But I'll say roll me a perception check.
Oh, of course. Where's my perception? No, there you go.
23. You initially smell something quite delicious. Definitely seems unique because you never smelled like something like this before. It's delicious in that it has like a strong like aroma to it. And you can definitely tell it's like has some spice to it, but you can't quite grasp what it is. And then eventually you do see like further in a table with what looks to be 2 plates that are on there that seem to have some food on it.
Is the dude there?
At this exact moment, no.
Okay. I don't know. What the fuck is proper coordinate etiquette? I guess I'll go. Well, no, she'll expect somebody to pull out the chair for
Yeah,
her.
I was gonna say, right now you can definitely tell that nothing seems like proper courting etiquette because there's nobody here. There's no staff waiting on you. There's nobody that you see. There's just 2 plates of food on a table.
Okay. Can I look around a little bit? Like, is there anything on the walls, or like, you know how some restaurants will have photographs? Or,
Yeah, there
like,
there are paintings of various things. A lot more graphic than you were expecting. Not in like a sexual way, but more of a straight violent way. Like you see battles and people being decapitated, and like what looks to be like 2 houses fighting, literal houses, and so on and so forth. Varying artworks of like spiders crawling over like a glass orb or something else, and so on and so forth.
Do I like? Is it drow specific, or is it like things that I would recognize?
I mean, like in a way, it's things you recognize in terms of like you can identify what they are, but it seems drow aesthetic. Like it definitely you can tell that it's from this culture.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna just study those for a while and like look at those until somebody approaches.
Sure. You're waiting probably only about like 4 minutes before you hear. Oh, there you are. Sorry to keep you waiting. You see the drow from before who you saw in like cloaks and stuff, is now wearing like a simple blouse with the sleeves like sort of like folded up near the elbow. Noticing a few scars here and there, and he seems to be wearing like some kind of pendant, and his hair seems to be like slicked back with some kind of pomade or something. Like nothing that looks waxy or greasy, but just something more like that almost has like a matte finish to it. And you see him actually bringing 2 more plates of something to the table.
Okay, couple things. One, can I perceive what the scars look like they were made out of? Like from? Like, does it look like a specific weapon? Self-inflicted? Does it look like magical? Like, can I tell what type of combat caused the scars?
I will say that it's a mixture of many things. Some look like they might have just been like simple piercings. Some look like slashes from possibly a blade. Some look like bruises that healed weirdly. Some look like, weirdly enough, almost like lightning burns. So on and so forth, like, and whatnot. And yeah, so he doesn't have like 1,000 scars, but he has like a bunch of like small scars that seem to be caused from varying things.
then the pendant he's wearing, does it look magical or does it look historical or anything like that?
Historical, you can't tell because you haven't seen any kind of pendant like this before, at least in terms of depictions. Magical, you can't tell from where you are right now. You'd have to actually inspect it and like look around because you can't see all of it, so you don't know if there's anything hidden on the back, so on and so forth. Like if there's anything on the chain. He places down 2 more plates of something and says, "Be right back in a moment. Honestly, you're taking a bit of time, so I decided to get cracking myself."
What did he say?
He said, "I'll be back in a moment. You were taking a bit more time than I was expecting, so I ended up cracking myself."
Okay, sure. She's gonna raise an eyebrow at that kind of like slight passive aggressive thing and just be like, "Okay, like your cards are the one that brought me here," and then is going to then she'll go and take a seat and look over like what was on the plates.
It seems to be various things. Nothing that you actually. I'll say, roll me a nature check.
Eggs on the plate.
Yeah. There do seem to be hard-boiled eggs of some kind. Definitely not from a chicken. You notice what looks to be some kind of, the best way to describe it is this gray sort of spider crab thing, that seems to be steamed and or boiled and just sort of on one of the plates. There seems to be some kind of amaranth wheat type of thing, as well as lentil soup and just a various array of things, including a mushroom soup, and yeah.
But nothing there looks like it will kill me, right?
With your 26 nature check, nothing here looks like it is in and of itself. The ingredients do not look poisonous. From the ones that you know.
All right.
It is as safe as Leah could possibly think it is, in terms of giving her food poisoning. Whether other kind of poisoning, that's a whole different thing.
Well, yeah, she can't really tell, obviously, if it's okay, I'm gonna pour liquid nitrogen and fucking it, but she wants to know okay, is this poisonous mushrooms that drow are able to consume, but wood elves wouldn't be able to?
Mm-hmm. But yeah, eventually he comes back with a bottle of some kind of wine. Seems to be sort of burgundy in nature, and sort of just places a glass near you and thing. So he says, "So how are you liking the city so far?"
It's very interesting. I wasn't aware that this was here. I'm afraid my knowledge of drow culture is severely lacking.
Oh, I'm sure it is. He just sort of points to wood elf and all. Probably don't get too many of our kind to interact with, especially within our own home.
Leah's gonna nod and be yeah, I mean, I'm all for learning new things. I don't have much interaction with really many other people, any other type of individual, specifically not just drow. But it's very interesting to learn more about your culture and what's going on, especially when you're immersed in it.
Oh, and what do you find yourself looking to these kinds of things? What interests you about learning?
What interests me about learning? Ooh. That's a deeper question.
You're oh no. A non-shallow question.
Yeah. She's gonna say something along the lines of, hold on, I'm looking at my notes of Leah. She's gonna just say that she's always had an interest in other cultures and history and archaeology, and she has an interest in learning just because it's something that grounds her and keeps her it helps her feel more connected to people. Learning about these things. What'd you say?
Keeps her humble.
That not really keeps her humble. 'Cause she's certainly not fucking humble, but it helps her like.
She's
It
friends with
helps her,
Leah.
like-
She's friends with Henna. She can't be humble.
Yeah. It keeps her like connected to people, and it helps her like. It's interesting to watch like the progression of like culture and history and settlement and stuff.
All right. He seems to be listening with rapt attention. While he's just sort of like eating, he seemed like break off one of the legs of the crab spider thing and just sort of suck the meat out of it.
Yeah, Leah's gonna follow his lead. She's not about to like oh no, I can't. Simply she'll follow however she'll eat however he's eaten.
Sure.
If it's in a like that's.
I would imagine you're sort of just like mirroring his moves. Whatever he goes for, you do it like after like 30 seconds or so, just to make sure that it doesn't cause like a bad reaction.
Yeah, essentially. Although she knows like it could have a bad reaction on her anyway because they're different, but like she'll do that.
Yeah.
Find out Leah had shellfish allergy.
Yeah, when you go to like suck the meat out of the leg, he says, "I'll be careful with that if I were you. You might not you might not have the stomach for it."
Okay, I'm gonna raise an eyebrow and ask why.
You see this little beauty right here? He just sort of like waves the leg around very slowly. It's called a K-fisher. Every part of it is alcoholic, except the shell.
Okay. Yeah, Leah's gonna put that aside and explain that she doesn't she doesn't really partake a whole lot in substances that will alter her mental state.
Give it to Bora.
Bora's like, I need to get drunk.
You can almost hear Bora's voice in the back of your head. Gimme, 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 gimme.
Yeah. You seem like it seems like whatever questions you ask, he's willing to answer as much as he possibly can.
Cool. Who the fuck is he?
I like how you were just like, that wasn't what the first thing you asked. It was like, oh yeah, once I said he's willing to answer, you're like, okay, good. Who the fuck are you?
Well, she doesn't ask it like that. Alana would ask it like that, but she's gonna be like, "Oh, who are you?" And like, I feel like we haven't got a chance to introduce ourselves, and like in that way.
Yeah, but that take the mystery out of things. But if you want to know, I'm willing to tell if you tell me your name first.
Whether
Leah's gonna
she's
say.
lie or tell the truth.
Leah's gonna say hi. She's not gonna say hi, but she's gonna be like, "My name is Azalea."
All right. The name's Taz Kra, but you can call me Taz.
Taz Kra. Jesus fucking Christ.
I'll put it in info. It's called elf names are fun because they are just horribly, horribly made to fuck you over no matter what in terms of pronunciation.
Thanks. Great.
There.
Thank you. Oh God. Yeah. So I'm gonna introduce myself as Azalea.
Now,
That is nowhere near as bad as Drizzt.
fair. Now, Azalea, if you get to ask me a question, I get to ask you a question. How about we put that little rule down between the two of us? Make it fair.
Leah's no problem with that.
You don't know what my name is, so let me ask you this. What are you and your friends doing down here? Because I know you're not ambassadors.
Can I do a perception check to see if he seems pissed off about that?
Roll insight.
Insight. Okay. I keep forgetting the difference between perception and insight. Yeah, fuck.
Leah, you don't know. He's
Okay.
very shrewd. That or it's just very hard to connect with a culture that you're still trying to learn. You don't know if you don't know the mannerisms. You're starting to spiral a bit.
But I'm gonna just say we got here because we were trying to find my friends,
Mm-hmm.
my associates. I'm friends. She's gonna do that. She's like, we were trying to find my friends, associates.
he sort of just leans
Friends episodes.
while while Leah's sort of like babbling. He just sort of like leans back in his chair and just sort of like swirls his wine and just sort of takes a sip out of it. As we will cut back over to Henna, and yeah, if
Is my sound sounding?
it
It's okay.
will
Is your
work
sound
for
what?
now.
Alright.
Hopefully it fixes itself, but I also don't want to just not have you do anything because of audio issues. So,
You know what?
nope. I guess Henna's gone back to being mute.
She's going to.
Okay.
Because we don't have the spider in here.
Yeah. Orin is drowned in a sea of spiders.
He just needs the spider.
And it turns him into a drow.
Yeah. Not even that, it just kills him. Imagine if that's how it took out your character, Samus. Just straight up drowns them in a sea of spiders.
No, it's like a xenomorph. They lay their eggs and then he dies.
Oh god, that's...
Thanks for that.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
She was already pouring a brimming glass of spiders.
Hmm.
Okay, how's that? Is that better?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fine.
not bad.
Yeah. Alright. There we go.
So, Henna, after the ritual's been completed and you see now this like little Black Widow spider on the back of your hand as it's sort of transmitting your thoughts in a way or what you wish to say, you eventually see the old drow woman come back in and she says, "Ah, the ritual is completed. Good. You have taken the first step on your journey, child."
Honestly, I think Henna's probably a little like shocked about her new appearance and the fact that this lady does not seem surprised.
What are you doing to me? Who are you?
So she's probably just like gonna be staring at her hands and be like, interesting.
Did you guys dress me
So
in
whereas-
blackface?
So whereas Drenger is sitting here singing I am blue, Henna can sing I am purple.
Yeah, Dregnar, I want you to roll me a, I guess, perception check.
Give me just a moment. I'm doing a thing. Is, shenanigans. I'm expanding a lake. So people can continue to talk. I'm just expanding a lake.
Expanding lake. What?
You'll see when I let go of the mouse button on the map.
Oh, fuck.
Fun.
The map is black for me. Oh wait, I probably just need to reload.
Double.
Which lake?
Well, there should be one that's now completely gray.
Ah,
Yeah, I see it.
And you said perception?
Yeah. No, sorry. Did I say
Wait.
perception? I meant intelligence. Whatever, either way.
Straight intelligence.
Yeah.
I mean, it's +1 either direction, so...
Okay.
Shits
Then...
and giggles. There's the intelligence.
Alright, it would have just been Tula, so, 12.
Nope, they're... Oh, yeah, 12.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'll still just take the first roll. Dringnir. While you're singing I Am Blue, in your cell, it's weird because you don't feel like you've lost your sort of connection to the minds around you.
Begins projecting I am blue in Quarren into everybody's heads.
Okay, Bora, you hear in your head, I am blue, I am blue, I am blue, I am blue, just repeating over and over in a Scandinavian voice in your
But
head.
it's in Old Norse. Wait, I need to look this up right quick.
oh no.
Oh god, no.
That pretty much just makes her pray harder.
As Drangnir, it seems you have not lost who you are, but your appearance has changed to something else.
I am just gonna roll with the punches at this point because I don't have my shit to break me out of here.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, back to Hannah. The old, like, drow lady in, like, her overly large cloak is just sort of, like, hunched over, looking you over and just checking on your body, just, like, sort of almost doing, like, a medical check on you.
Okay. I think. Alright, let's see. Hannah's just eventually, she's just gonna look up and go, can I now assume that I have the trust of the people around me?
Trust is a hard thing, girl.
Agreed. But
No one
would
here-
it be possible I could have my belongings?
The old lady says, no one here trusts one another. Trust is for the gullible.
That we could agree on, for the most part. Though there are some who earn it.
Just enough.
You're just sort of like tilting your head to the side, just looking at your neck. Alright, you seem fine, and she just sort of mutters to herself something else. You seem fine for now. You may go. The mistress of the house will be wanting to see you again. Mm-hmm.
Understandable. I'm sure to know if I took the deal or not. So Hannah's gonna get up and start walking towards the door.
Alright, you go to the door, and you see on the other side is just an elven woman, like a drow elven woman who just sort of escorts you back to where you were originally. Salon is currently just munching on biscuits, but you eventually get taken back to the very nice room that you were in, Hannah.
Okay.
And about 20 or so minutes later,
does she look different besides like yes, she's a drow now, but like does her face and things look different?
You're not in the same room, but I will say no. She looks the exact same, but basically color swapped.
Okay. I was
I
wondering.
love that.
I was gonna ask you, like, who are you now? Like,
Someone just changed my color palette is what happened here.
Pretty much. You went from like brown skinned to like bluish gray skinned, like dark bluish gray, and your eyes went from like, you know, white iris, white scilias to and your iris color, which was like brown, to like black eyes, like red dots in the center, and your hair went from like brown to stark white.
Nice. I went from sepia to grayscale.
Yeah, I was gonna say you just basically went into like henna, but she went through her like edgy metal phase.
And I was gonna say before like the person who led her here leaves, she's gonna say, I would really appreciate having my belongings returned to me, and I also would appreciate having my servant. Just saying, in case anybody, you know, wants to fulfill those wishes.
They sort of just bow to you and just walk away.
Yeah, figured.
I mean, you can always roll an insight.
Yeah, I might as well.
12. They've shown enough respect. They may yet live.
Alright.
No, in reality, it seems like they are, to an extent, taking your words to heart, like that, in the sense that they are willing to listen, but you also can tell that they are just servants, so they're probably, it's one of those things where they are at best going to bring it up with the ladies who seems to be in charge that you met earlier.
All right. That's good enough for me for now, at least.
What do you want to do with your, like, in the room, or do you want to just mess around with your new little spider thing?
Yeah, I think I want to, like, kind of try and see if I can interact with it in any way other than it, like, speaking for me.
Sure, what do you want to attempt to do?
I want to, like, know if it has its own voice as well, not just mine. Like, I'm trying to, like, actually talk to it and be like, so, like, are we, like, friends, or what are you? Are you, like, a familiar? What's going on here?
I am here to serve you.
Okay. I mean, granted, yes, that was, I assumed that as much.
If you wish for us to be friends, that is your choice.
Well, I feel like that probably will be earned, if anything. But for now, serving is fine. You have a name?
What do you wish to name me?
Hell, I don't know. I just met you. I thought you might come with one.
Parker Peters. That's its name.
God. No, clearly it's Morales Miles.
Meter marker.
I just realized another pun.
What?
Last episode, Henna became Spider's man. Spider's woman?
Oh yeah, I know. I know what you're talking about.
Also, I have posted how to say I am blue in Old Norse.
The correct answer to that, Magnus, is yes. I just remembered as you mentioned that. Interesting.
You just remember what?
Nothing. Well, we'll get to that. Don't worry.
Don't worry about it.
Whenever you say that particular
Concerned
phrase,
Rose.
it makes me concerned.
Yes.
It makes me do a
Concern
hecking
amplified.
concern.
It's not important right now. Right now, we are focused on Henna.
Enoch is doing his own machinations elsewhere, and y'all don't need to worry about it.
That's very worrying because he's in a prison cell near me.
Truthfully, Magnus was just reminding me about the fact that if Orn gets punched, he turns into butter.
Ah,
Okay.
I thought it was any bludgeoning damage, though.
Saving you.
Yeah. do I mean, you don't have to name it right now. You can just choose to name it later.
Yeah.
Or you can force it to name
Parker
itself.
Peter.
I was gonna say, or you could tell it to name itself.
Parker Peters.
No, I'm going to hold off on naming it until later on.
Okay.
I just realized another layer to the joke. I'm telling the New Yorker to name her pet spider Parker Peters.
Yeah.
You are.
I didn't even intend for that. I just realized that. That makes it better.
Mm-hmm.
No, clearly you have to name it William Dafoe.
No.
That actually is better.
Oh my god.
We'll rule this city, Spider-Man!
Spider Lady Bunny.
Either way, yeah. Anything else you want to attempt to do with it? Ask it about, just force it to do?
No, not at the moment. At the moment, I'm going to, I think I'm going to go, like, Probably try to like just kind of rest and absorb what has happened.
Okay.
I've done several shifts in like the last couple hours, so Henna's probably slightly overwhelmed right now.
Yeah, Henna's never really unpacked that box.
No, she hasn't unpacked the box, and she's just like the roller coaster of captured, mute captured, Minotaur, Drow, voiced. There's just a lot to unpack at the moment, and I think she needs like to process.
You just need
She
to
needs
pass
to
out.
open that box.
Well, you get about an hour of process time before you hear a knocking on your door, both you and Solana.
Okay. So she's gonna just say you can come in to whoever it is.
The door opens, and what about Solana? How does she react to the knocking?
Yeah, so she's still bound, right?
Yeah, she's still got like manacles on her hands and
Okay, yeah.
ankles, but there's enough slack that she can move regularly enough.
Yeah, that she can eat some biscuits.
Yeah.
Um,
And tea.
he's gonna just very like nonchalantly just be like, yeah.
What was that?
He's just gonna like very like casually just be like, yeah,
Did you say enough?
yeah,
Yeah.
like, yep, come in, like come in.
Oh, okay. All right. The door opens for both of you, and you each see a drow woman standing there. They seem to both be gesturing you.
Yeah.
Like to go with him?
Okay. What about Solana?
Yeah, she's gonna.
All right. Solana, as you're exiting your room, you see exiting the room where the Minotaur was, then the Wood Elven lady was, and now another drow lady who looks like the Wood Elven lady.
She's gonna stare at her for a while.
At this point, she doesn't know.
Gonna wave.
Yeah, I was gonna say at this point she doesn't know if Henna's is the changeling or
Yeah,
not.
are you? Yeah. Do you do this
I'm
often?
gonna wave, and then very pointedly go, "We meet again."
Hello. Hi.
Solana
I
is
This is a lot.
yeah. Solana, you're still in your sort of like combat leathers.
Yeah. Yep. And still half elf, right? I got turned into a half elf.
Yeah, you're still half elf.
Yep.
No, sorry, no. You're turned into a wood elf.
Oh, I was also wood elf.
Because everybody's polymorphing around here.
Do you
Yeah.
have any idea where they're taking us?
Nope.
Cool.
You're both taken through this estate and eventually are led to the back and down a set of stairs to like a long spiraling set of stairs that seem to lead you about 40 feet down before there's a sort of entrance to a tunnel. And you see the woman from before with like two other more burly looking drow. And she says, "You two are going to do a job for me."
Like that's gonna happen.
Job. What kind of job?
I assume it's for my new associate.
Are you gonna kill me for asking questions again?
No, this is the time to ask questions. I'm
Well, I
going
just
to
wanted to
be
try that.
sending... She just sort of like puts her finger up. I'm going to explain things now. If you interrupt me, I will slap you.
Do it.
I'm just
Do it, you coward!
She says, I'm going to be sending you to go retrieve something for me. A problem within my house has found themselves holding on to a relic. I need you to go retrieve that and bring it back to me. Do so and, well, you may be more comfortable than you are now. She looks to you, Solana.
To talk now?
What was that?
She's gonna say, "Oh, am I allowed to talk now?"
Yes, you are.
I mean, I get the feeling I don't have much of a choice.
No. After what you displayed, it would be much more simple to just slit your throat. But I want to see if you'll actually be worth really anything without, well, doing that again. So,
Wasn't that fun, though?
here's what's
I had
going
fun.
to happen. You two are going to go and find a draw of my house. They should be wearing robes with this crest, and she shows you a sort of crest of like two swords going through a spider. Find someone with this. Another telltale mark will be, well, her eyes will probably be bandaged up after what happened, so you're looking for a blind woman with this. Bring her and what she has back with her. Though, if she or who she's with puts up much of a fight, kill her if need be. Ideally, she'll be brought back. I will even give you better accommodations if you bring her back alive. I don't care if she's harmed. By all means, break her legs if need be. And do so as quickly as possible. And that's it. You think you can handle that? She looks to you, Solana.
I mean, stealing from a blind woman doesn't seem that hard.
She just
Or
sort of
taking in a blind
she just sort of just smiles at you. Good. And she just like pulls out a dagger and sort of like caresses it by your face, Solana, before flipping it over and putting it in your hands and snapping her fingers before the two burly men unmanacle both your hands and legs. That'll be your tool. Looks to you, Hannah. You have what you need, so get along with it. Chop chop.
I would appreciate my other belongings back if you want me to do anything competent.
Roll a persuasion check.
You know what you just said to her, right?
Yeah? Whenever I say those words, I'm very aware of what I'm saying. I'm not deaf.
I wasn't saying you were deaf. That one.
With your 21, she says, fine if you wish to delay. Go to the Iron Heart and retrieve whatever belongings this one may have had. Make it quick. And you see they just sort of like duck their head and then just sort of run off. If we're going to be here for a little bit, you just go bring a table and some tea for me. And I guess some water for them. She just sort of waits as you guys are, I assuming, standing in awkward silence.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
just
she's
standing
always
and
arguing
judging your
asking
insult.
for her staff, but she doesn't think that's gonna go well, so she's like, fuck.
Anna, you should try to sing your ode to the White Dragon now that you have a voice again.
No.
Do you want to sing Ode of the White Dragon now?
You know what? Fuck it.
Do it. Oh my god, you can sing it now.
Okay. Yeah, Solana, you hear it coming from this little spider, a very beautiful voice, as her vocal cords, which were damaged, were fixed when she was multiply polymorphed, and she now sings with a beautiful voice the ode to the Great White Dragon that she finally remembers how to sing and figured out how to write the song for.
Perfected it.
Yeah,
Perfected it.
you perfected it.
Except for when you're in front of that dragon.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, you hear her singing this, or you hear the spider singing this beautiful song of how it charmed the dragon, and how the dragon is so great and fearsome, and how it will rule over all lands, and blah blah blah. And it's basically just a song dedicated to basically filleting a very egotistical dragon.
No, you a bard.
What was that?
Mm.
You said, oh no, are you a bard?
Yes.
Yes, I am.
This is gonna be so fun.
Like, Hannah, you notice that even though this drow woman who's been, sort of domineering towards both you and Solana, has sort of like unconsciously just been tapping her feet along to the rhythm of your song. She doesn't seem to have noticed. She's just sort of like sitting there like unenthused, but you can see that she's gotten into the rhythm of it. But yeah, I'll say eventually the guy comes back with all of Henna's gear, and only Henna's. And the two of you are sent off to go find this individual who is named...
Random name generated.
Elithriel. Wait, sorry, what's it?
What was that
Elithriel. No, yeah, Elithriel. I'll type it in info.
Okay. I don't, did I get your name?
I don't think we know each other's names, actually.
No,
We're just
mainly.
in this together.
Yeah, I was gonna say. You heard. Yeah, I was gonna say she hasn't mentioned it because she was mute up until now.
Yeah. And I don't think I was asked my name.
No, you weren't.
Just asked what I was.
Yeah.
You were asked your name by the keeper of the house, the lady who is now employing you. But as characters, no, you guys have not introduced each other.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess as we're heading out, Henna will turn to you and go, "Henna's the Elmheart," and like hold out her hand for you to shake.
She'll like tentatively hold out her hand. I'm like, Solana, just Solana, just Solana. It's fine.
Yeah, the 5'8" person shakes hands with the 5'3" person.
It's only a 5-inch difference.
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying it's like a 7-foot person trying to shake hands with a gnome.
So you mean like Laura trying to shake hands with Henna?
Henna throws herself into the danger because she has no sense of self-preservation since she's so close to hell.
Rude.
Well, you made that exact same
Accurate
joke.
shade, though.
I was gonna say, you also made that exact same joke about short people.
About me?
I didn't close to hell. I said they're terrifying.
No, you said
I
they're
was-
close
I was-
to hell.
I was the one who said
What?
we're angry because we're closer to hell.
Oh, okay.
I know, I'm picking on Amy via what you have said.
I thought we legitimately couldn't remember.
Amy makes a stance.
If I ever can't remember something, we have a whole different host of problems here.
You make a good point.
I mean, there is always the possibility of, Alzheimer's. That's horrifying for everybody.
For me, it's more so because I actually have a double genetic mutation that makes me more susceptible to that particular mental disorder.
Oh boy. Good luck. But yeah, as the two of them are off for their adventure, as tentatively as one of them is making it, we'll cut back to Bora, Dringnir, and Enoch. Enoch, you brought your painting supplies, finally.
Wonderful. And I want to clarify, I am in a new cell.
Yes,
Based on how
you
we
are
last
you
time.
are in the cell that Henna was
It's
in
slid
because
in
you
butter.
what's called Penguin slid into it to confuse the guards.
Cool. And Enoch has his paint supplies. Is anyone requesting a painting right now?
Freedom.
Sure, Bora's requesting a painting of freedom. How does Enoch interpret that?
What have you done? Damn it, we're gonna get Jevil, aren't we?
Freedom immediately teleports Bora, Drengnir, and Enoch to hell.
I've got to get this just right with the interpretation here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's very broad for Enoch to work with, so you know?
Enoch is, I'm going to say in this time period, Enoch has two goals here. One, he has to decorate his new cell. His old cell, he didn't do the best decoration job. That's really why he wanted out of it. So he needs to add some windows and a door for Tim.
Okay, alright, so you're doing two different paintings, so I'll say roll two D100s. The first one will be for sprucing up your cell, the second one will be for Enoch's interpretation of freedom, which you will have to, I guess, describe depending on if you end up rolling one of the two effects.
Okay. Where should I use all my resources here?
Like,
I had a little bit of holy water.
I like to think Bora's been sitting there for like 10 minutes as he's working. She's like, oh shit, I should have clarified.
yeah, he's already like halfway through and you're like, oh god, he's not gonna hear me. He's not gonna hear me. 37. Enoch, you know what? It's okay for the sprucing up. It's alright, but it could be better. Like, it's at least acceptable.
I'm just gonna say he does like a landscape portrait on the wall for a window and just like a random little. It looks like there's just a little door on the edge, like the size of a little bit larger than like what you'd see in a Tom and Jerry kind of cartoon, the mouse door.
Yeah.
With Tim written above it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, but sort of if it was drawn by Edgar Allan Poe.
And as far as freedom, what is interpreted as freedom here?
Further shackles.
Yeah, I was gonna say 10,000 more shackles around Enoch himself.
The only way out is to go deeper in.
Exactly. He draws you guys at the core of the earth.
Oh god, we're going to the Barrier.
Huh, okay. Okay.
Freedom draws the Feywild. Okay, that's gonna be interesting.
You don't get much more free than that.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, if I felt Enoch was competent enough to know exactly the details of the Feywild, I would probably say so, but I just don't think that would be his first thought process.
Oh, no, that absolutely wouldn't, but it would
think
just be
the
funny.
opposite of the way that we're free is if everyone else is captured.
So all of that chained up. So you're drawing like, so what? You're drawing like all the guards chained up.
Basically, I'm drawing like. We'll just say that what Enoch's drawing is basically like an overview of the city almost, with like chains sprouting from the ground, almost alive.
Okay, roll that D100. Let's see how this goes. Okay,
That's
this
one.
Yeah.
Oh damn! I need something. Does anyone have something?
Not anymore.
That's probably a terrible idea, but still.
Wait, I have a point of inspiration. Can I just
Yeah, you
give
can.
that to him?
You can.
Yes, I'm gonna do it.
Roll a
Have some
D6.
inspiration.
Roll a D6, Magnus.
Do it.
Jesus, so -3. Okay, I'm gonna be real.
His
sigh of
entire plan for this
resignation.
underground. I'm so sorry. I haven't
Okay,
seen this one.
So, I'm gonna be real. You've literally just probably how do I describe this? You beat up my plans for its lunch money, broke its legs, and then threw it in the river after throwing it out a window. And then you spat on it. So, this is what
This is
happens.
your problem. You tried to make plans and Enoch is here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I probably should have left it at just a maddening painting, but it's just so hard to resist.
Oh no, I think everybody was like, "Oh, go for gold."
It is the chains of madness.
So, here's what happens. God help me, because, you know,
There is no God with this party. I thought you understood that already.
Yeah.
So, here's what happens. As you guys are doing your things, Leah, as you're currently at your dinner, Henna and Solana, as you are going off to do your task, Enoch, you think about the ultimate freedom you guys could have in this moment. And you guys hear what sounds and feels like an earthquake. I need everybody to roll me a dexterity saving throw, including Oren, who's currently just walking down the street.
Everybody, even those of us in the cells.
Yeah.
Wait, so I need to roll a dex roll too?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
God damn it.
Sorry, I don't
Enoch.
believe
Dex save or just
just
Dex save. Yes, dexterity save.
I'm in a lot of trouble.
Didn't make it. I'll roll a luck point as well, but I don't know if I
Cool.
should, so.
Okay, so, first off, Solana, you immediately start losing your balance as it feels like an earthquake. Slam your head against a rock and knock yourself out.
Me?
Solana.
Tell me.
Solana.
So okay, I was like, what the fuck?
Yes, you as the player knock yourself out, Leah. Do it.
If you've done that to yourself, I am no longer the accident-prone one.
We're
I just
related
call
to
that a
someone
flight of
who
stairs,
cannot
though.
be named that literally fell up 2 flights of stairs.
Yeah.
I don't know how you fall up 2 flights, but they managed to do
I mean,
it.
to be fair, Joe Biden almost did that.
I have fallen upstairs before, so.
Yeah,
Not, like,
But have you
not
fallen
fall-
up 2 stories of
No,
stairs?
that's what I don't understand. Like, usually you fall
Okay.
and that's it.
yeah. Yeah, sorry, Rose, you really didn't, God. So yeah,
Start off strong.
your head versus a rock, the rock won. What's called? Bora, you passed, you managed to keep your balance. Leah, you failed. You end up, like, the entire table starts shaking and everything's and you're trying to, like, hold your balance, but you end up, like, falling out of your chair onto the ground. You take, like, a point of bludgeoning damage.
Great.
You got a boo-boo.
Draenir, you also managed to keep your balance. I'd say you would have had advantage on this if you want to roll, just in case you get the, higher. Like, you still pass, but in case you get the natural 20.
Why not? It'll be funny.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
It would have
19.
been funny.
It would have been. 19. Okay. Enoch, you end up, like, you're like, yes, the freedom is rocking. Oh, then you're just, like, and you just, like, hear, like, bells clanging, like, ding, and then you just, like, fall on your butt and take, like, 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
Still at 5 HP, by the way.
Yeah, you do. Henna, you also fail and end up just like Solana, just sort of bumping into each other and like hitting your head against a rock, but you don't knock yourself out. You take a point of bludgeoning damage. And it feels like it goes on for a few minutes. Oren, being outside, you're the first one to see this with Sir Dilf and the rest. You watch as a glass dome appears around the city, and chains like snakes start bursting out of the ground and start wrapping people up.
Somewhere between The Simpsons and some kinky person's wet dream.
Yep. And Hannah, as you get up, you see that your pathway is blocked by glass.
I'm just gonna like put my hands on my hips and go, this reeks of Enoch.
This reeks of Enoch as Solana is next to you by her feet, splayed out unconscious with a bleeding head.
Yeah, I'm gonna drag her a little bit away from the glass, just in case, because I don't really know.
Yeah,
And
Leah, what are you doing after the thing subsides? But continue, Hannah.
yeah, so I'm gonna drag her a little away from the glass, because I don't really know what it does or what it's... I mean, I naturally assume that this has something to do with Enoch, so I trust nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to drag her, this person I just met, a bit away, and just be like,
Appreciate that.
at least you'll live.
Mm-hmm. Okay, give me a second. I need to do something, or... Oh, there we go.
Similarly, Oren's just gonna mutter under his breath, like, God, Enoch.
Literally everyone in the party who witnessed this is just like, yep, it's
God
him.
damn it, Enoch.
I'll be honest, guys. I'm kind of glad I wasn't as specific as I could have been, because I had a thought before doing this, and we'll see how on track me and Rune are right now.
I still don't fully understand what you did.
The idea of freedom is everyone else being more in prison than we are, technically, but we'll see exactly what happens with that interpretation.
But now we're in there too. We have to get out.
Yeah, Warlock, you saw what I sent you, right?
You should see what I responded with.
Oh, no, I did. That is only for you to know, okay?
Love that.
Sorry, everybody's got to get a... Sometimes people get a secret whisper.
Can I roll an insight check on the DM?
Sure, roll an insight check on the DM. I think we did this bit before.
Yeah,
We did.
We have.
The natty
19.
Oh, what do you roll?
19.
You can tell that the DM has plans in motion, and that he seems fairly confused about what Magnus is saying and doesn't know if he actually is on track with him or if he's just completely out of the loop on whatever he has planned. Or...
I mean, I can send it to you if you promise not to make it worse based on what.
No, I'm not. I mean,
thoughts
okay,
were on it.
I'm not.
It
I already
gets worse.
okay.
It gets so much worse.
Okay, I was gonna say, Magnus, send me what you mean. I'm not going to like alter because I already know what's happened. So just send it to me so I at least know what you meant.
I love that we roll an insight check on the DM every now and then.
I mean, yeah,
You
I'm
know,
not gonna stop you
just for grins and giggles, using Drinker's Insight, I want to see.
Sure. I already gave you the natural 20 insight. I already gave you that natural
I know
20.
you did. I just wanted to see what would happen if I rolled it for him.
Nice.
Oh, reality is going well. I love this.
You guys make a decision at any given time, and, well, there are always things that happen. So, as this happens, what are you doing as the earthquake subsides, Leah?
I mean, Leah's just gonna kind of like pop her head up like a fucking prairie dog over the table and just look at, how do you pronounce his name again?
He said you can call him Taz.
I just gotta look at Taz, see if he fell over, if he has any idea what's going on.
He seemed to like have slipped a bit, but not really hurt himself, and he also gets up and like he helps you up a bit. Like he's not like rushing to, but he's more like he just like looking at the surrounding area and just sort of like offering you a hand while he's just taking in the surroundings. He's like, "What the hell's happening?" And he just says,
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna take his hand, but be like looking. Is there a window in here, or?
There's a window at the front that leads to like the main street.
All right, then I'm gonna have him help me up, and then I'm gonna be like, come with me, and then go to the window.
Okay, yeah. You guys go to the window, and yeah, Leah, you see a glass dome forming around the city, and chains whipping out and starting to wrap people up.
England looks exciting. Okay. Do I need to do an arcana? Do I need to do an arcana check, or is it pretty obvious that this is Enoch?
The only times you've ever seen something that is on a citywide scale has been the Night of 1,000 Flames, but that was like a bunch of cultists. The angel basically creating some kind of maze inside of the forest, and basically everything else has been Enoch. So unless the angel has chased you, or this is related to the Order of the 1,000 Flames, then it's always a possibility that it's Enoch. It's always a possibility.
Even when it's not Enoch, it's probably Enoch.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm gonna turn towards Taz and see what can I do an insight check on him or a perception check to see what his opinion is?
Sure, roll an insight to sort of gauge how he's feeling.
Fuck.
You have no idea.
Okay.
Even in this moment, it seems like he's got his sort of, poker face up.
Yeah. So I'm gonna just be like, I'm not gonna tell him that it's Enoch. Like, I'm not. Snitches get stitches.
Yeah. Oren, you watch as chains whip up out of the ground and ensnare Sir Dilf, Hugin Mugen, and young Jimmy as they are dragged underground, as well as you see people out on the streets, both you and Leah, being dragged underneath the surface with these chains.
Is it like everybody or specific people?
It just seems whichever people are being grabbed by the chains are being dragged underneath. Some people are managing to dodge out of the way. Some people are being chased by them. Some people are being ignored by them. You don't know what's going on. It just seems like full-on pandemonium.
Wait, I have a random-ass question.
Yeah?
Since Enoch would have been thinking that the drow who had captured us needed to be captured, and he doesn't know that Henna's now half drow, is there a chain chasing Henna?
I mean,
I'm going to be real here.
Okay.
Let me make this clear.
I don't know how much control Enoch really has over this situation.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let me make this clear of what Oren and Leah are saying. There are people on the streets who are clearly slaves who are being wrapped up by the chains and being dragged underneath. There is no discrimination.
Okay.
There are
still in danger.
There are children. There are people that are of old age being dragged underneath. You do not know what this means. You do not know what's going on. All you know is that people are disappearing.
As long as Drenga can get his shit back, he doesn't care.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a child outside?
What was that?
Is there like a child that Leah can see if is about to be dragged under or anything like that?
Not by themselves. Like you see, like a kid with like two others and some like older gentleman seem to be like in his relative 50s comparatively for a drow.
Okay.
And he's just sort of like running off with both of them on his shoulders and just like trying to avoid a chain that's like half chasing him but then like diverts off to someone else.
Okay, so they're fine then.
I need Drengnir. Sorry, I need everybody to roll me a D100.
Of course you do.
Ready?
This'll be fun.
Oh no.
Okay.
Good to know.
What about who's missing? God damn you! God damn you! I just want to know people's goddamn roles. You monster. All right. So, I need Bora to make me a dexterity saving throw, and so same with Drengnir.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Okay.
Okay. Bora, while you're praying and you have your eyes closed and you're like, please, Enoch, and you just hear the rumbling and thing, you're just like, God damn it. You're just like praying to Torek as hard as you can. You immediately feel yourself being constricted by iron chains, and you are now wrapped up in iron chains. And you see Bora being sucked down underneath the ground.
Oh, it looks like the sorcerer has found freedom.
As she's being pulled down, she's going to scream, "Fuck you, Enoch."
Yeah, as you guys, like, next to, between both of you, literally, you guys see Bora just disappear, and she says, "Fuck you, Enoch!" Just, like, it's disappearing down beneath. Drengnir. Yeah, Drengnir, you managed to, like, dodge out of the way of the chain that spread it out of the ground, and it's trying to, like, almost like a serpent, like, striking at you, but you managed to dodge out of the way, and then eventually you managed to wrap it around, like, one of the iron bars and strangle it out, weirdly enough, on the iron bars of the cell, and it just drops down and just plops onto the ground like a normal iron chain.
I choked out an iron chain.
Yes.
I thought this party was weird before.
Only you.
To be fair, these are iron chains created by Enoch, let's not forget that.
Yeah.
Valid.
I was gonna say, let's be very real about that. I just described them as snakes. Like... but yeah, so... you know what, did Solana also roll a D100?
Who?
Solana, Rose.
She's unconscious.
She's unconscious, so...
Yeah, I need you to roll me a
She's gotta make
D100.
that dex save.
I need you to roll me that D100, Rose.
We're gonna lose her right away. God damn it, Enoch. She just joined.
Hey, let's not forget that Henna gave him the, okay, it's fine. Forget it then. I'll say that, you know, safe. Okay, Solana safe.
It's also the fact that I'm the one that asked.
Yeah, you asked, Enoch did it, Henna gave him the inspiration.
If this was the ultimate result, I don't know that it's the worst that could have happened. If it had just been up to my imagination what had appeared, I might have made something worse than just chains, to be honest. I don't know.
Here's the thing, yes and no, there's a lot more to this than, you know, Magnus.
Oh, I hope there is. I'm not gonna lie,
That's
I
okay.
hope there is.
My brain just did something funny. Instead of smelling like iron, these chains smell like calamari.
Okay.
Because, you know, Enoch does all things eldritch.
Yep. So yeah.
Cthulhu's sex chains.
So yeah. As this happens, what's Leah doing with all the chaos that's happening?
What?
I said, what is Leah doing with all the chaos that is happening?
All the
You
chaos.
cut off after all of the
Chaos.
Okay. I'm gonna turn to Taz and be like, I'm concerned about my friends. Is there any way we can go see them?
Yeah, I'll take you to the iron. What the hell is it? He's like saying, just stick next to me for now.
Leah's gonna nod. But also, Leah has an idea for what to do if one of the fucking chains gets her, so it's fine.
Throw him in front of it.
Well, that and something else. But,
Misty Step?
I don't think she has it.
Missy stuff I could do,
Yeah.
but also, dragon's breath gives a type of acid, and hyaluronic acid eats through iron. So
Fair enough.
See, Rune, I'm not the only smart person in the party. It's just one of them playing a smart
Then
class.
again, these are Enoch chains.
Yeah, I was gonna say these are Enoch chains.
Valid.
that's also true.
The only thing that can break them is somebody with a -2 strength.
No. You specifically said they were iron, so therefore they are fucking iron. That's
Yeah,
what we're
They
going
also smell like calamari.
Yeah, I was gonna say that they are made of iron. Whether they react like iron is a different thing.
with. Well, we'll find out.
I'm so sorry.
Enoch declares they can
Don't
only be
know what's
broken
happening.
by a frying pan.
Oh,
and they crack open the kegs.
So
We
where
have to have a
were?
brief catch up right quick.
Yeah, I was gonna say where were you
Yeah,
last?
alright.
Where were you last?
Pretty much just the being knocked out part.
Okay, so I had everybody roll, and Bora got caught by one of the chains and got dragged underground. Drangnir managed to choke out one of the iron chains with the iron bars of the cellies in, and Leah's making plans of, if any iron chains come for her, throwing the drow guy in front of it, and also possibly just melting with acid. I also had you roll to see if you got dragged down by one of the iron chains, but
Yeah, all I heard was roll a d100. We're gonna lose her already. Oh god. I was like, oh no.
no, don't worry. You're fine for now.
Okay.
But you are unconscious for at least the moment until
Yeah,
I
okay,
don't know,
cool.
something. But yeah, so what is Orin doing? Because he does not know where anybody is. Everybody that he was with got dragged underground via the chains.
What can he even do? He'll probably.
He can panic.
Yeah, I mean, that's always a
He's
possibility.
danger.
That's always a possibility.
He's already panicking. Don't worry. He's just trying to be productive while he's panicking.
Productive panic.
Wait till he finds out that the chains kidnapped his bestie Bora.
Hmm.
Oh, I'm already crying. Don't worry.
They kidnapped Bora, but you see perfectly being brought back into the cell is some kind of weird tiefling.
Tiefling daddy.
See, I wanted Creed, but not at the cost of Bora.
I was gonna say, isn't that how Creed is gonna come in no matter what,
That
at the
is
cost of
always
Bora?
going to be the price. Is at
Yeah.
the cost of Bora.
Yeah, like,
No, I mean at the cost of her life.
oh,
Like,
Oh, you wanted Bora to just be chill.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
never gonna happen.
yeah, I was gonna say, oh, poor sweet
mean-
summer child, this is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Yeah, it pretty much is.
yeah.
Equivalent exchange,
Like,
you
we
you want your
literally have
character
the
dead.
incarnation of Wrath out there now.
Yeah.
Okay, so what he's gonna do is probably he'll run down the path back where he came from and try and find the way that Leah went off on with tag, and try and find the prison, I guess.
Yeah, they just sort of went in a direction. Yeah, I'm just gonna say you run in a random direction for now. What does Solana and not Solana, Henna do?
Well, I want to go find Enoch, but I also am not going to just leave this unconscious girl here. So, if I cast Cure Wounds on her, would she wake up?
You can always try.
All right, so I'm going to do that.
Alright. Sure. Solana, you regain consciousness as you had a headache for about half a second, then you're fine, and you're on the ground and you see the drow woman in front of you, the drow bard.
What the fuck was that?
I'm pretty sure one of my companions has made a painting. Let's go find him. Come with me.
Out of context, that statement.
One of my out of nowhere you just hear her say, one of my companions made a painting. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Like anything at all?
What?
Everything to do with everything.
Yeah.
Henna's voice. So much sense of urgency and impending doom. Rune's reiteration. It sounds light and whimsical.
No, hers sounded pretty nonchalant, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Nonchalant was like, we need to find him to find out what the hell happened.
What I was going for is low-key done.
Yeah, okay,
That's what I was going
got
for.
that.
Loki.
Okay, I don't understand what you're talking about, but I'm gonna follow you because you seem to know what's happening.
Good enough. I can
That's
only
one
make
way to put it.
assumptions. Let's head back to the prison.
All right. So, as you go back through the tunnel, like after the 1 minute walk that you guys made before everything happened, you no longer see the women or either of the drow guards who were there.
They got Enoch.
Well, honestly, this is the best outcome we could hope for. No one to stop us. Let's go.
It's a forward-thinking plan.
Hannah, as you and this individual, like this wood elven woman, are like running down like through the tunnel and then up the stairs and everything, you eventually get outside the manor and have not seen a single person, and eventually get outside of the manor and there are people. You guys see like the glass dome, people with like chains chasing them or like wrapping around them and dragging them underneath the ground. And one person like runs to you and says, in a language, like speaks to you in a language you don't understand before being dragged by a chain like 20 feet away screaming.
Oh my god.
Henna is going to falter for like half a second, then just nod and go, I knew this reeked of Enoch.
Yeah,
just keep going.
While Henna's is thinking about this, I need Solana to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Sure.
Oh no. No.
Fucking yeah.
Welcome to the party.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
You managed to keep your shit together for now.
Keep my shit together, it's fine.
Is anybody else concerned that we always teeter between comedy and horror show for every session?
Concerned.
I mean, that's
See, this is
hey,
internal
if you
system
guys
story.
if you guys figure out a way to get rid of Enoch, it'll stop the horror show aspect of it.
No, it
Are you
won't.
sure?
We're Henna's dead body.
At the very
Thank
least,
you.
it'll stop the shit like this from happening on a regular basis.
So what you're saying?
Here's the thing. Henna and Solana were literally given a job. They couldn't get a minute into the quest before Enoch ended it.
But also remember, if Kyler ever manages to get out, there is literally going to be pursuit predation going on.
Yeah. Go down. Okay, so,
Yes, Mom is just following Henna. She doesn't understand anything.
yeah. You're hard disassociating right now, Solana.
Yeah.
Henna's gonna just like grab Solana's wrist, just like to make sure she doesn't like falter. Because she understand that from an outside perspective, this is not normal.
From an inside perspective, though.
All right, I'm gonna take
From
a
an
break.
inside perspective, this is a Tuesday.
I'm gonna take a
Yeah,
I'm gonna
that's why I
take a
stopped.
I'm gonna take a break for like 5 to 10 minutes to just do something quickly. I'll be back. You guys can think about what to do or how
about
to
what you
survive.
Think about what you've
Have
done.
fun.
Yeah, mostly it's just think about what you've done and ruminate on that.
I mean, I think I just took out a city in the Underdark by myself. I'm pretty happy.
You managed to also take out Bora in the process.
hey,
More
if we are
importantly,
all
we need more.
imprisoned equally, then we're all free just as equally.
Hey, how hard would it be to like overtake a city when half of its people are chained up and dragged underground? I'm serious. Like, how hard would it be to establish ourselves as the leaders here?
And that would depend on the leadership
Showing
was
that we
also
could
taken.
exert any control over Enoch, there'd be no effort involved.
I mean, Bora was the one that asked for freedom. I'd call that control.
Okay, so I suggest that we overtake the city.
Enoch, you just monkey pawed the crap out of poor Bora. You get that, right?
It's Enoch. What the hell do you expect other than a monkey paw?
Magnus, I'm scared to ask, but what would have been worse than this?
The specific thought I had in my mind that I thought about for a moment interpreting was in like above the, he would draw above the city a gate to hell opening as chain devils just pour down and start
God.
wrapping up everybody and taking them away. I could have said our captors, but that's not Enoch in his entirety. So now I don't
Enoch
know
is
what
very
I have no
even-handed
clue
with his
what Rune has
application.
planned. He may have something in a similar vein already in motion here. So it is completely up to him.
People
But
sure are being dragged somewhere.
I feel like it might be slightly worse if everyone was dragged to hell. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe
we
we're
don't know
getting.
where they're being dragged to.
Where are
Maybe
they being dragged to,
hell.
Magnus?
Oh, I have no clue. That's I was put on the spot with this freedom thing, so I did not have a lot of time to really think out a good
See,
thing.
if
So
my
I
brain
left
had
most of
ruminated
it up to
on
Rune.
it, if my brain had ruminated on it, it would have been Thanos snapped. You're only free by not existing.
Yeah, that's boring. The like death aspect is like you're only free if
No.
you're dead, kind of thing. I thought of it, but it's not crazy
Not-
enough.
Not dead. Non-existence. It's worse. So much worse.
Someone who stops existing.
Because no, what I have
suppose
in
you
my
could look
head...
at it in the way that you don't leave anything behind, but you don't care about that. You're not alive anymore.
No, the way I have it in my head is your soul just gets shifted to the astral plane. You're still alive, you just don't have a body.
It's not the same as non-existence, technically. I guess if you look at it corporeally, yes. But whatever. It doesn't matter. The whole point was, I wanted something crazy. This is happening. I'm happy. We could
I
have
just
left
heard
it at just a
someone
maddening
thinks comic
painting that
book
Enoch shows off to the
conversation.
guards, but I'm glad we went
What?
that extra mile.
I heard someone say something about the conversation.
Oh yeah, no, I said this conversation is too big brain for me. I am dumb. I am not smart.
It's more theological than
No.
smart.
Sure.
More religious than intelligence. But yeah, welcome to the party where you have to make a wisdom save at least every time Enoch is here.
The funny thing is that that wasn't that's it's fine.
And here we go again. Yet another quest that will never go fulfilled.
Have you guys
Yes.
completed a
Like
single
last
quest?
week.
Like, is there
Last
a
week,
single
I was like, I'm
quest
going to make y'all
completed?
finish an adventure.
We did complete a single quest by completely destroying the place we were sent to go do the quest.
I don't know if that. I wouldn't say.
I mean, honestly, I think Solana is doing better than Henna was when she first joined the party. At least she hasn't been inflicted with madness yet.
Yeah.
You also haven't been chased by Enoch while in the body of a 6'6"
Yeah,
Yuan
there's that too.
Yeah, that happened to us as well.
Mm-hmm.
There really
And yet,
hasn't
for
been time.
some reason,
Selena hasn't interacted with Enoch yet, so that's probably why.
this is true.
You
But
haven't
you've
really had
been
any
here
time.
for longer than one session.
That's true. That is true.
The fact that Dringar is still sane kind of impresses me.
Honestly, yeah.
I mean, he's barely known Enoch longer than Solana.
True, but I also got to see you drop out of a hole in space-time.
I'm sure there's lots
Like-
to come. Enoch has an escape plan to get out of here. We just need to. He just needs art supplies and time, and everyone's support.
You will get no support from Oren.
Even though you always have Henna's support. Unfortunately, I only had 1 point of inspiration, though.
I mean, If you're nearby, bardic inspiration works just as well.
Very true. And I'm on my way back, so just wait
And
a
you
little
have a
bit.
voice now.
And if
I
Argus,
do.
if Enoch had just a little bit of holy water, he probably could have done it himself.
Well, now that everything has gone to hell, Henna can just go like jack everybody's stuff and bring it back to them.
I could. I can get my shit.
I like
Please
how
do that.
Just
Go
send me
get the
in
sending stone.
to do a quest with a dagger. She's like, I don't. What am I supposed to do with this?
okay, here's what I like about this situation. We are getting freedom.
Boris, sending stone, please.
Please get Bora her sending stone. Please, I have so many messages.
How are we going to give it to Bora? Just drop it down the hole?
Yes.
Just hand the setting stone to one of the chains and be like, off with you, bring it to Laura.
No, you go to the prison cell, see she's gone, drop it in.
Guys, there's an easy way to get the sending stone to Bora. We just need to go find an owl and tell him to take it to Bora.
Ow. I hate you all.
I mean, we do have 2 people in the party, I would assume, that can speak to animals.
Enoch can.
Can
I mean, literally speak to animals. Not think that they can. Actually can.
Excuse
Yeah, I
me,
don't
Enoch
think-
can speak to whatever he wants. He can
don't
speak
think-
to the ground.
I don't think Selena's ever preparing that spell, so I wouldn't count on it. She's not
I mean,
that
I
kind
could
of
ask
preparer.
Stringer is
my
the only
new-
one.
Yeah,
I can
she's
ask
not
my
that
new
kind of
spider
preparer.
familiar if they can speak to an animal.
Technically speaking, they are an animal.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, maybe we can. I don't know.
Well, I mean, Drengar can too as a ritual.
Oh, I'm gonna have to head out in a minute.
That chaotic?
No, no. I just had a conflicting thing. I told Rune, but oh my goodness, that.
It's okay, we'll do our best to keep you alive.
Hey, please.
I will try.
I can make no promises. This
No,
might
no,
even be enough to kill me.
I mean, honestly, unfortunately, you are with the person who will put the least effort in.
You
I'll be
will
right
put
back,
the least
too.
effort in.
Henna will put the least effort into keeping you alive.
Thanks. It's fine.
I hope he's got a backup character planned out.
No.
Oh no.
Set of 5 backup characters prepared for Enoch, so, I'm ready.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that backup character prepares.
No, I never
Backup
do.
character.
Not once.
I usually
Creed,
never
I have
do,
a
but in
backup
this case,
Creed.
they
I have
all
a
relate to
backup
Enoch. So.
Creed backup.
No, I get far too attached to my characters and I can't think about them dying, so I do not make backups.
I made the mistake of getting attached to a character that a horrible DM killed within like 2 sessions. So,
I mean,
Since
I
then, I
have
haven't
plenty of
really
characters
gotten
I could
attached.
pull in, but like, she should be okay. Selena should be fine.
should doesn't mean will be.
Yeah, but she's got some stuff. She's okay.
And I like how the entire time we've been playing, I've also been sitting here playing Final Fantasy XIV.
At least you got in.
I've been in since 10 a.m.
I've been at work since 8 a.m.
14
I know you
people.
have.
Hmm?
What about 14 people?
I got on yesterday and the queue was only 14 people.
It was
I
probably in
got
the
on this
morning.
morning and my queue was 69.
Nice.
Nice.
I was amused by it as well.
Tristan and I tried to get on when I got home because I actually got off at 2 instead of 3, and it's like, queue of 4,000 people, and it's like, well, guess I'm not playing.
Yeah,
It is
I've
also
tried
a
to go
weekend?
queue a couple times.
Like last night when I got back from getting dinner, it was 3,800 something. was a 2.5 hour wait.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
My head hurts.
I've also managed to get to level 90 Reaper and Sage, and now I'm working on Dancer.
I have a song
I
stuck in my head.
Not high level of anything. I'm only at like 44.
Yes, but you also just started.
Yeah. I also
I'm trying to get my mentor
hanging
crown
out
back.
a lot. I was like, I should be doing quests, but I'm not. I'm just sitting here talking to somebody.
I mean, I'm trying to get my mentor crown back, so I have to get tank, magic DPS, and ranged DPS up to level 90 and complete their little role story quest, and then I can get my mentor crown back.
I'm gonna go get a drink.
Okay.
Well, here's the bright side of this situation. If we want, we can just, like, escape this place after we find a way out of the dome. And if we don't want, we can help save them, and that should boost our reputation. So, you know.
Yeah, they don't have to know that you're the ones who caused this. Or they do have to know that you guys are the ones who caused it. Like, depends on which way you want to go.
This will be added to Hannah's book, and if they want to look through that book for evidence, they are free to try.
I'm making a scrapbook for a reason. This is the
Ranger had
reason.
nothing to do with this.
It was all Enoch with a little bit of Bora.
Selena was just in the wrong cell.
Yes.
But I'm glad that wasn't like, because I was like, oh, there's many things he could have done here. But like a lot of it, I was like, oh, that probably would have excluded Selena. So like everyone else like winds up somewhere else, and Selena's just like sitting there alone.
Well, the way I play Enoch so that Rune doesn't absolutely kill me, most of what I do is not going to be that helpful to the party. It might be like helpful in a very obtuse sense, but the only way I can wield this amount of power is by fucking over the party with it as well.
Oh yeah, this is like
it's often never hyper specific. Like Enoch draws a picture of everyone else on a mountaintop 1,000 meters away. No.
yeah, like here's the thing about Enoch's power. It's 100% a monkey's paw thing of, hey, he sort of took out like maybe half a drow colony, so making it easier for you guys to escape. But you guys are also sort of fucking trapped here.
And who knows, he may have unleashed further unspeakable horrors upon the world.
True, we don't even know where Bora is.
True.
Valid.
Rune, I gotta head out.
Alright, see you.
Bye.
Hopefully see you next week. If
Bye.
not, then I'll see you in like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Be
I'll
safe,
see you
have fun.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
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 Try not to kill me, please.
We'll miss you.
Try at least try a little bit. Just
I'll
a
try
little
to.
bit.
I'll try to the limits of Henna's will.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm gonna say for now
She's
that...
great. She's great. You're gonna like her. Just don't let her die.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm gonna just have Solana go into follow NPC mode.
Oh yeah, she's sticking to Henna.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, here's a question. Are they being dragged down and like the ground is reforming around them, or are they actually making like holes that we could
It's
potentially
reforming
burn down?
around them. It's basically, imagine if they were being pulled through Jello, but the Jello is made of solid stone.
Of course they are. God damn it, Enoch.
I'm gonna post this
Still
because
Enoch.
this was like my plan of escape before all this happened.
Yeah, you told me.
I was going to post this and be like, Enoch does all this while y'all do things in the background, so you know.
What? Something.
Fair. Amazing. Go full Iroh.
I
Yeah.
physically had this typed out, ready to post before Bora was like, freedom? I'm like, oh, I've got to think of something now.
God damn it.
Okay, somebody gets it. I'm glad to see that.
Okay, good.
Those
Just
call
checking.
me-
Yes, that is the exact Tim I had in my mind.
Yes.
Alright. So,
Tim? Okay, I'm back.
yeah, it's fine. So, Henna, you're running with Solana. Orin, you're running in a random direction. Same with Leah, traveling with Taz, who's sticking close enough to Leah, and just sort of pulling you out of the way when somebody's like dashing down the street or something along those lines. Okay, on the bright side, you might have just destroyed this man's home, so he may be willing to join your guys' group after this.
Oh yeah, that's the thing we wanted. From
Well, I mean, that's the thing that Alana wanted.
There you go.
That's it. That's it.
She
Enoch's
wants
a
her
matchmaker
Australian
as well.
purple daddy.
Oh, Alana's
We're
a
gonna
deafened.
replace all our NPCs with two DILFs.
Mhm.
I hate this fucking family. I don't, but
We love you too.
Mm.
Okay, All Might.
I am here!
Oh my god, I hate you so much. I had my thing on full blast. I just flung myself off the bed.
Nice.
I am here.
Yeah. You just see an old man with a jacked body just drop down from the ceiling. He's Sir Dilf, and then he just says, I am here. Just deadpanned. But yeah, so... So, what's it called? Leah, you're running with Taz down the street right now, and he's just sort of like pulling you out of the way here and there, while somebody's like running down the road screaming, or like a chain just like diving over your head.
I don't think Leah's just kind of like was going to like just walk, but then he took off running. She's like, okay, I guess we're doing this now. Like she was just kind of like, okay, like this is happening.
Like he's
sure.
not sprinting at full pace, but he's doing like a half jog, like because there is still a present amount of danger. He's not just going on a leisurely stroll with chaos around him.
Yeah, no, Leah was just kind of like, oh, okay, I guess we're doing this.
As you guys are all running, I need Orin, Henna, and Leah to roll me a perception check.
Perception. Alright, where's my laptop? Okay.
16? Is that good enough?
A perception.
Not anymore.
I don't know.
Okay, Henna, like the T-1000 Terminator you are, you just start perfect Tom Cruise running down the street, perfect form, elbows back, like, hand aligned to your face, just sprinting at top speed, with Solana next to you, as your instincts kick in, and you think to yourself, she's near, and then you just, like the Terminator, hunt down Leah.
Did you really just make the Tom Cruise short joke for Henna?
Yeah. Less of the Tom Cruise short joke and more of the Tom Cruise how he runs in every movie.
Yeah.
Quick, someone get the meme of tiny
but
Tom Cruise.
I'm
in
gonna say,
chat.
like, Henna, your senses kick in and you're like, she's near, and then you immediately turn a hard right on the street and immediately just start running in a particular direction. Leah, you see a drow sprinting at you at top speed.
Wait, no, but it still has Henna's features, right? Like it looks identical to Henna, except just like a couple color page shadows, right?
Yes, but the problem is that everything around you is also chaos.
Fuck. So wait, okay, what does the chaos have to do with anything?
What I
see
mean is
drow
that your
sprint towards
16
me.
is enough to see that somebody's running towards you, but not enough to notice Henna's features. So you just see a drow sprinting top speed for you.
Is it obvious that the drow is gunning for me or just running in general?
Roll insight.
Okay.
Brenda today.
They're on a mission to get you. They're trying to invade your personal space.
Leah's gonna fully. I assume I'm not touching Taz. I just.
No, you're not. No, I mean, unless you want to be touching him, he's not like. The only time he's like made physical contact is just to like move you out of the way and like dodge out of the way himself of like like iron chain diving towards the both of you. But he hasn't been like holding on to your hand the entire time.
I'm going to cast fucking invisibility on myself and grab onto the back of Taz's jacket and just cast invisibility on myself.
Okay, Orin, you see what looks to be someone running towards something like with a determination, and Henna, you're like, oh, there's Leah! Like, you just turn the corner, see her, and then she looks to you, fear, and then just invisible. Or at least you can't see her anymore.
Okay. Henna's just gonna, like, skid to a stop, because that's not the reaction she was expecting. And she's just gonna go, Leah?
You hear your name being called out. You do hear your name being called out. Orin, while you're in the middle of the crowd, you hear someone scream Leah.
Do I recognize the voice? Is her voice different?
With the yelling and stuff that's going on, you can't quite. It's not quite clear who's yelling, but you at least heard someone screaming Leah.
He's gonna shout out Leah as well.
All right, Leah, you hear your name again, but from a different area.
Okay, are they coming from opposite directions? Or
They're coming from different directions. Yes. To be fair, the voice the first time you were being called by Leah, it was being said, but you don't know if it was from this individual or not, because remember, Hannah has to speak through the spider, so Leah doesn't see that.
Do I recognize whatchamacallit, Orin's voice?
At this exact moment, no, and it was only like a quick like Leah, and then you
He's gonna just keep shouting. He's gonna start shouting names of his party members.
Okay, I'll say Henna and Leah can both roll a perception check. Leah, you do not recognize the voice, or at least you can't tell whose voice it is because of all the different sounds that are going on. You hear sounds of like explosion, sounds of like screaming, just too much sounds. It's sensory overload. Henna, you're able to sort of tell. It might be Orin, but you can't quite tell.
So I'm gonna call out for him to see if it is him, because
all right, Orin, roll me.
I wasn't expecting to see them.
Orin, roll me a perception check.
I'm already on 11.
You hear someone scream out your name, but you can't tell who it is and where it's coming from.
Well, considering the only people who would know my name is my party, I'm gonna run towards the...
Yeah, I said you don't know which direction it came from.
Oh, I didn't hear that part. I just heard who it was.
Yeah.
In that case... he'll just shout, "Where are you guys?"
I'll say it takes a solid 5 minutes, but as I assume Hannah's getting closer to the spot that she saw Leah at. What was that?
Yeah.
Then Then as she's getting closer, Leah, you are eventually able, when she's about like 7-ish feet away, able to discern that it's Henna, but she looks like a drow.
Somehow.
I'm gonna...
So you don't know if this is a drow impersonating Henna or Henna impersonating a drow, you just don't know.
I'm gonna get rid of the invisibility, pull up my dagger, put Taz in front of me, and face her.
Are you
How
like?
big is Taz, by the way? Like, what does Taz look like? Like, am I manhandling like a 6'3" person? Like,
He's roughly about like 5'10".
okay, so he's my height. So yeah, so I'm gonna totally manhandle this person and put him in front of me and have my dagger out, visible behind him. So it's like a shield, and then I'm gonna look at Henna, and I'm going to fuck. What's a question only Henna would know the answer to?
Oh, so wait.
I'm
Are you hostage-ing him, or are you using him as a human shield?
Oh, I'm using him as a human shield.
I'll say roll me
He's a
a
meat shield.
strength check at advantage because you have a surprise on him. You get advantage.
I know.
Let me roll for him. Give me a moment. I have to quickly find it. For a second, I thought you were holding him as a hostage. I'm like, wait, what the fuck's happening?
No, I'm holding this hostage.
At least we didn't get invested in a quest this time.
He holds a dagger up to his throat. Are you the real Henna or not? Wait, what? Why are you using him as a hostage?
Only the real
I
Henna
would.
would tell me to do it.
Yeah, you definitely manhandle him, Leah.
What's his reaction to that?
Whoa, what? He just, like, sees the dagger all, like, next to him. He's like, are you... He just, like, confused, like, he's like, are you holding me as a hostage? He looks over to the other drow, and he's just, like... He just sort of, like, waves his fingers to you. Are there?
Leah's gonna just be shh, and then turn back to Henna and be like, explain to me the events of our first meeting.
Henna is immediately, as soon as she sees the dagger, gonna
Yeah, I was
go
gonna say,
into
at this
that,
point-
like, the stance she had at the library, it's okay, I won't hurt you, you're fine.
I was gonna say, Oren, at this point, you managed to get to the area, and you see Henna... Well, let's see, be holding a dude hostage and, like, screaming a question at a drow.
He's gonna shout out to Leah, run over, and just be like, what the hell's going on?
You can
Ask Leah
finally...
back first.
You
Save
get
Leah.
you get closer, Oren, and you can finally see that the drow that she's, like, holding the knife in the direction towards is a drow that looks exactly like Henna.
He's gonna stare at her for a second and be like, Henna? Is that you?
And Henna's gonna go, yeah, it's me. I got my voice back.
What? Huh?
And then,
Leah just look at Orion.
Well, no, here's the thing. You don't see her moving her mouth, but you still hear her voice nearby.
How are you?
And-
You know what? That's not important right now. We need to find everyone.
I assume that Leah hasn't, like, put the dagger down because she still hasn't gotten an answer to her question.
No, she fully has
Yeah.
it. She's looking
Yeah,
at Orion.
Henna-
Like, what the fuck? You're gonna just believe somebody because they say they're somebody?
Henna is going to refocus on Leah and just go, we met in Highmore, we were chased down by Enoch, so we bonded. This is him, don't you think? We should probably go find out what's going on.
Leah's going to be like, no, I need you to clarify the full extent of how we met.
I don't think this is the time for that.
Amy has to remember.
Henna, you have a moment of mental weakness you can't quite remember because a lot of shit has happened recently.
Can we just work under the assumption that this is actually Henna, and then clear this up later?
I will
when we're
say,
not dealing with Enoch?
Oren, you can roll an insight to sort of gauge this person. I know that it's useless for Leah at this point. She has to get an answer.
23.
23. Yeah, she holds herself in the same way. She still has that I am the only one that is me because I am the only person that deserves to be me kind of attitude. And yeah, you can immediately tell. Like, it takes you like 3 seconds to realize it's Henna.
He's gonna look at Leah and just be like, "It's Henna. Only Henna acts like that."
Leah's gonna just look at fucking Orin and be like, and just refocus on Henna. Just be like, I don't have time to do this right now.
At this point, you hear, like, while Henna's thinking, you hear Taz say, "So am I a hostage here, or what's going on?" He just sort of, like, cranes his neck to look
you're
back
not a
at you.
hostage. Just shush.
Henna's gonna look at Taz and be like, why would anyone care if you were a hostage?
I currently have a lady who's holding me by the back of my collar and a knife near my ribs. I'm gonna assume, for the moment, unless clarified, he just sort of looks at you with a smile, Leah, that this is a hostage situation. Why I'm a hostage, I really don't know.
Leah's fully didn't realize the knife was near his ribs, and then she's gonna just be like, sorry, and move it like away and more directed towards where Hedda is, and just be like, you're not a hostage. I'm in the middle of something. Can you hush for a second?
He just sort of shrugs and says, "Alright."
Now, the real question here, is this his worst first date?
That you guys will have to find out after this whole thing blows over and sees how, and if Leah wants to question him on that.
We are assuming he lives through this.
That is also true.
Yeah, we are.
I mean, it doesn't change
That's
the
a harsh
nature of the
assessment.
question, but-
Amy, to help. It was the chase. The chase is the answer I'm looking for.
She gave that answer, didn't she?
Yeah, she said that you guys
the
were chased by
specifics of
Enoch,
the chase.
and then you just asked for
Like
more
this-
details.
Yeah, this.
Okay, so you want more details of the chase itself. I thought you were talking about, like, just the day.
No.
of-
Just the
Alright.
specifics of the chase.
Just be like, okay, she says what happened. If you can.
Okay, so Amy, Henna's just gonna be like, we were chased down by a rainbow obsidian.
Rainbow State.
Like, I don't know if you did that on purpose, but rainbow obsidian is an actual stone.
I mean, remember
I
he.
didn't do it on purpose, but that's what he looked like.
Yeah, remember he had
Yeah,
the
I
rainbow
know.
scales.
Rainbow
I was stating that to Rune.
When she says Rainbow Obsidian, she's gonna be like, oh, okay, like this is Hedda, and then she's going to let go of Taz and put the dagger away.
Right.
And be
You
like,
found-
hey, where are you guys?
Yeah, you see her demeanor change, like, to very friendly. Great, so 2 down. He looks to you, Orin. Where are the ones that were with you?
They got dragged underground by chains. I'm trying not to think about it right now.
Right.
Henna's
Then
gonna
there's-
stop and just be like, who was with you?
Everyone.
I believe
You
it
mean
was
everyone?
I believe it was an
Everyone
older
that
human
wasn't
gentleman.
Leah.
It was an older human gentleman, human that looked to be in his mid-20s, and 2 little birds.
Okay, I don't care about any of them.
Great.
Leah's gonna
Neither
turn
do
to you at that and be
He
like,
just sort of claps.
no, we care about Gaston and maybe Jimmy if he proves his worth.
Great. Neither do I.
Okay, alright.
Let's get back to the Iron Heart to go find the other 3 of your mates. And then we'll see where this goes from here. He just sort of like gives a half grin and just like says, "Come on, no dilly-dallying."
Leah's gonna be like, he's oddly passive aggressive and condescending at several aspects through this. I don't know whether it's appealing or like demeaning or both.
Or both.
As Leah's discovering things about herself.
As Leah is, or
Henna's
as
gonna
Alana is?
side.
Both.
No, Alana.
Henna's gonna side eye this guy and just go, I don't think I like you.
I do not know you, so until proven otherwise, I don't like you either. He just sort of like winks at you.
Great.
Now let's go.
Good to know.
Yeah, Leah's gonna follow him. Well, Leah's going
Yeah,
to.
same.
Yeah, Leah's gonna stand with Hedda and chat with Hedda, like, oh, what have you been up to? Like, you have a new look. Do you like my new look? What's up with your new look?
Like in the middle of your conversation, what's it called? The dude finds a bow off of like a body and like some arrows and just like starts shooting some of the chains into the ground like that are getting near both of you while you guys are having like a leisurely conversation.
How are y'all taking this so well?
Leah's
Stop.
okay. Has anybody seen? Leah's gonna just turn back to fucking Orin and be like, "Oh, I need to get Gaston back because he has the bones, and the bones are important, and so is Gaston, but like also the bones." And then just turn back to Henna.
Don't know if we can get them back. They got dragged into the earth. There's not even a
I'm
hole.
sure we can find a way.
Maybe.
We can find a way if we find an Enoch.
First things first, we have to find Enoch. Let's go.
Enoch, there's a way.
Will that even help? He doesn't actually seem to have much influence over the shit he makes.
This is true. Well, we can just
Leah
keep
in
making him
Celestial
make
is going-
things.
Leah in Celestial is going to go to Orin and be like, maybe we should mention that this was Enoch's fault.
You've already mentioned it's been Enoch's fault like 7 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I haven't. So
You
I'm
haven't,
just-
but Henna has, and so has Orin.
yeah, but like I didn't get to stop them then.
Oh no,
so
I
I'm gonna
understand.
say
I
no.
understand. It's just more about like, if he's gonna retain the information, he's already retained it.
That's fine.
See him prove it.
All right.
Also, wait, hold on. I want an answer. Does Henna know what house she was working or hired by or captured by or whatever?
She was never given a name before shit went sideways.
Okay.
No, I just have the crest.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Okay, so
Like you
Can
do
you tell
actually
me
have
about
like
crescent?
you do have a little cloth that has a symbol of the crest on it, so that's like you have at least that. But yeah.
can I turn to Taz and gesture towards the cloak and be like, "Is this your house?"
No, that's a different house.
Okay, so then we're fine. And that's all I care about.
Though I don't know how you got one of the cloaks of that house. How you got one of the cloaks of House Waglail.
Of course, it's that.
Oh, easy. They turned me into a drow. And gave me back my voice.
You hear him, you see him like almost look like he's about to say something, then just shake his head and just continue running with you guys, like leading you.
As we're running, Henna's gonna point to her little spider friend and look at me and go, "Look, I got a friend."
I'll also put it in info, just, for the sake of it.
Leah gets very excited because she likes spiders. And wait, were you a Black Widow when we were turned into spiders?
She was.
Yes.
Okay, so then she's gonna be like, "Oh, little mini you," like, and then just go on a whole thing about how like, I don't know, like spiders and eyes, and like she's gonna regurgitate all of the information she learned while spider.
The real question: if we go back into the Feywild and go through the same gate, does the spider turn into a little Henna while Henna turns back into a spider?
There's only one way to learn. Enoch just has to get them freedom to the Feywild.
I think,
Do it.
I mean, for all we know, that's the only way out of this bubble. So, just hit up Enoch and he'll draw some more doors.
Or we could always go to the plane of dreams.
Oh my god, I love that whole like terrified sigh slash.
I'm glad you like my sounds of terror.
So,
You know what?
you guys keep running. Back at the cells, Enoch, after finishing your painting, you feel yourself surge with power, and you now have your iRobot.
His what?
What am I right now? I can't even remember.
You are a
Where's...
god, what are
I'm
you?
I thought you were
I'm
a very,
bugbear.
very old
That's what it was.
Right, yeah, you're what are you, like a
bugbear.
yeah, no, I know bugbear, but like what age? I think you were like a young bugbear, or were you old?
I think it's just I have it at teen.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
exactly a teenager
Yeah.
bugbear.
Yeah, so you're a teenage bugbear right now.
I want to say I'm doing the Iroh thing of like doing pull-ups on the ceiling, basically, just
No,
eating
even
a roll or
no, I was
something
gonna
that I found on the ground.
I was gonna say, even better, I'm gonna make this an Enoch pull-up. Drengnir, you see him go over to the cell doors of the cell near you, and he just sort of grabs onto like the doors, and you think, oh, like maybe he's gonna try and bust out or anything. Then he just sort of starts planking midair and just starts doing a pull-up that way.
Oh my god.
He just does a zero. He
That
basically
is
just does a
Actually, fairly terrifying.
yeah, like
I like to
perfect.
imagine, don't bugbears have unrealistically long arms?
They have like twice the twice the length arms of a human, so he's like doing it from the other side of the cell. Like he's perfect core, pulling himself very deep in and then very deep out.
Cool. And it is afternoon, right? Not morning?
No, by now you're bald, so you're now a bald bugbear, which means
Okay.
all of the fur on your body gone. You're just a naked muskrat bugbear.
Perfect.
So yeah, Drengnir, you watch like a hairless, like pink fleshy person doing terrifying pull-ups and push-ups using pure core strength in the cell next to you.
I want to say, instead of using pure core strength, Enoch stretches his legs to where he's basically standing on the other side of the wall with his arms on it and just like shrinking and growing his legs as he's doing the pull.
Okay, that even better.
Me as me, that is a terrifying image.
Oh yeah.
Me as Drengar, unfazed, maybe mildly concerned that he is broken in a fundamental way.
Like, I don't even know how to describe how a bugbear looks like bald. Like without any fur. It's just, just picture a naked mole rat with.
I'm picturing a bear. I am picturing a bear with mange.
Yeah, that's probably close to it. Like honestly, yeah, it's probably like a bear or something, or like a wildcat, where it's just like he just looks so wrong, and he's just extendo legs towards the door and then back, and it's not like he doesn't even look like he's working out. It looks like he's just seesawing his limbs back and forth.
Probably something close to that, but like super long arms
Yeah.
and buff
Naked
body.
bear.
Yeah, but it's pretty close to that.
I don't like that.
So
That is what your servant looks like right now.
I just want to imagine that there's a small window somewhere near him where you just see the chaos going on outside as he's doing all this.
And for
So-
some reason, you can strangely hear oompa, loompa, doompa doo in rhythm with his legs extending and shrinking.
yeah. While this is going on, eventually the three of you get to the Ironheart prison, and there are still people who are like fighting off the chains, and like the guy just follow, like getting you to follow him, and like it takes like half an hour, like dodging some things, going underground, like coming up from beneath, like going to a completely different section, then looping around, and eventually you guys get to like the cell area where Enoch and Drengnir is, and you just see Enoch doing his thing.
Oh.
Right.
It's gonna go.
Drengnir,
Right
you see two drow that you have never seen before, Leah and Oren. Enoch, you only see the queen.
Oh, well, if this isn't the queen, I see you went through a metamorphosis. Good on you.
Since I see
know,
Drow and I
probably
know that
do.
Drow are the ones who imprisoned me, I'm going to
Do you mean?
Ow.
Yeah, you're just
I've
gonna.
just been here
You're gonna continue
It's a raid
cursing.
from my breakout plan. It's all coming together. They've got me in this
Okay.
cell.
Oh, good. I didn't.
It's only a
guard
matter
it
of time
from
before
explosion.
Tim comes. He points to the painted-on door.
Yeah, he points the bandit on door. What's also weird is that Leah, you swear you saw that. Hannah, you know that Enoch is in the cell we're in, and Leah, you swear that Bora was here.
I'm gonna. Does it look like there's chains where Bora was?
No, there's just nothing in her cell.
Enoch, what happened to Bora?
Well, she asked for freedom.
That's the most
I will
ominous
just
thing
hold up
ever
the
said
dead
by
Jane in
Enoch.
my room.
That is the most ominous thing ever said by Enoch.
I'm literally just gonna hold up the dead chain I've got in my room and be like, the floor ate her.
This is the point where Warren starts to legitimately cry.
Henna's just gonna take a slow, deep breath and then turn to the other drow that was with Leah and go, get the keys to their cells and their stuff.
Leah's gonna be, please.
Yeah.
At the end of that.
Addendum, please.
Weirdly,
So does she say please or does she say please, daddy?
No, she said please.
weirdly enough, you guys can tell that he seemed to have been more responsive to when Hannah was just straight up demanding him to get the keys. Like, it's almost like an instinctual thing of he just immediately went to go get them, like, before her, like, just as Leah was saying please.
Leah's gonna look at Hannah and be like, okay.
Hannah, roll me an insight
I'm
check.
just gonna do like a shrug.
I'll say each of you guys can roll me an insight check.
Oh, where's my insight?
Hannah, of course, why wouldn't he listen to you?
20.
I mean, that was what I was going with in the first place. I mean,
Yeah,
of course he's gonna
like,
listen to
nothing
me.
really changed.
20.
Weirdly enough,
Warren, you get to understand.
Leah, weirdly enough, from your time being, like, with him as well as your time seeing the city, you can sort of gauge that he is referring to Hannah as someone in, like, a higher station than he is. Like, almost as if she is his commanding officer in a way, or, like, his boss.
Oh, they're matrilineal, right?
Matriarchal, yeah.
Matriarchal?
My bad. Oh, that, oh.
Marriage?
Okay, then Leah's gonna fully just slide up to Hannah and whisper to her and be like, you're in charge because you're a woman, and just that.
Just that.
I mean, why wouldn't Hannah be in charge?
Yeah, I was gonna say, why wouldn't she?
Yeah, I mean, that's what Henna's already thinking. She's like, of course.
Yeah,
I'm in
Hannah's
charge.
just like, Hannah's just like, why is this news?
Yeah, it's like, Leah's gonna just be like, I thought you would just like to know the fact that he's okay, whatever.
Oh man.
But yeah, he goes and grabs the keys and unlocks Enoch mid like seesaw as he just sort of like drops down. And then he's going to unlock Drangnir cell.
Make sure you give him his stuff first.
He was able to find the keys. He wasn't able to find you guys' stuff like immediately.
So what does he do in response?
Drangnir or the guy?
You said he does not have my accents.
No, because it took him like 30 seconds to grab the keys and bring it. He didn't. He did not bring your guys' stuff. Either he did not find it, does not know where it is, or just isn't bringing it to you. You guys do not know. Whether you guys want to figure it out is your choice.
Okay, so Henna's gonna turn to this guy again and go, where's their stuff?
I do not know. I do not work here. I managed to just find a dead bloke who had the keys on him.
Can Enoch smell the eggs from his?
Oh my god.
Roll a perception check, Enoch.
Please tell me you can smell the egg.
Enoch. Unfortunately, no. You cannot smell the eggs. You can only smell toast. Burnt
I
toast.
smell the eggs.
You can only
His
smell
arm
burnt
shakes
toast.
a little bit. Oh, this is a rough situation indeed. Nothing but toast.
All you can smell is burnt toast right now, Enoch.
And Enoch's having a
Enoch is
seizure.
having an aneurysm?
He's smelling the wrong kind of breakfast food.
Yeah. So yeah, what was somebody else saying?
Orin's gonna, after having a cry, he's gonna ask for the. Or did he find the key for this stuff, or did he just find the key to the jail cell?
He found a set of a set of keys, so it might have the key to wherever your guys' stuff is. He does not know where your guys' stuff is.
Okay. Orin's just gonna go look for something that, like some kind of lockbox, some chest that would likely have our stuff in it.
While you're thinking of this, I need everybody to roll me another D100.
Roll your
Roll
what?
a what?
D100.
God, no.
No.
That's not named Zane. Zane is free from this.
Okay, I was about to ask.
You are
You
fine.
get pulled
Are you sure
again
about that?
through another plane.
At this point, I'm just gonna stay muted and go grab food.
I'm sorry. Enoch fucked everyone.
I can eat. It's fine.
But yeah, as you guys are just sort of talking, there's a set of chains that, like, pops up near Dringnir, and he just immediately just slams it into the cell and it just collapses like the other chain.
I feel like Drengar wouldn't even fully pay attention at that
No,
point.
he's
It's
just like one hand,
oh,
like,
chain.
yeah. I was gonna say, he's like one palm,
Hey,
like, he's
bro,
like one
door.
palm just slamming it up against the wall repeatedly for a few minutes while just like, just give me a moment, like, just slamming it over and over, and then it just drops it to the ground and, like, twitches for a moment and stops moving.
I feel like it would be as he's beating it on the ground like he's Hulk and it's Loki. Give me just a moment. I will be right with you. Angrily slamming it harder into the ground.
Yeah. By the way, Leah, Drengnir is now... No, I think you saw that Drengnir was a Air Genasi before, so yeah, it's fine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Henna, however, didn't quite notice that I was blue.
Yeah,
Because Henna
now-
just got carried out as a 7-foot-tall Minotaur pouting.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Henna, now you see that Drengnir is a very jacked, like, athletic Air Genasi.
I'm just gonna look him up and down and just go, what the hell happened to you?
Yeah, last time Drengnir saw Henna, she was a Minotaur. Now she's a Drow.
I could ask you the same thing.
Oh my god, Rune, are they Australian because it's down under?
Are you just catching that joke?
Yes.
Jesus Christ!
Oh, God. Oh, it's been 3 sessions since I cracked that.
Holy shit!
Oh, that's fine.
I feel like I have brain damage.
Are you okay?
No, I'm fully not.
No, it's fine.
That's a lot on the head.
It's fine, but goddamn, that was... Literally, we brought it up, we actively referenced the joke and even mentioned it last session.
Like, as soon as you changed them from having a slightly British accent to an Australian accent, I called you on it.
No, I know that. Like, I wasn't trying to hide it.
Yeah, that fully went over my head for multiple sessions.
Yeah,
That's fine.
apparently.
It went so far over your head, it was in orbit.
That's woo.
It's fine. It's fine. You were dealing with finals, so you have somewhat of an
I'm
excuse.
still in finals. My finals are on the 20th, fam.
Fair.
Zoom
I just
call ready
finished
after
one of
this.
my finals earlier today.
All right. Also, don't compare anyone to you. Your mind works differently, literally.
It is not my fault I have gotten a bachelor's degree in 3 years.
Yeah.
So did I. I'm
It's
in law
fun.
school.
All right. So, you guys deal with Dringner doing that. And Dringner and Henna just sort of half question, half stare off each other about like, what the hell happened to you? What the hell happened to you? And then just sort of leave it at nothing.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
If I use detect magic, would I be able to detect the Blosnin?
You can only do it within a certain distance, but if it's
Yeah.
within a certain distance, you
So I would
can
have to
possibly...
cast it.
What was that?
So I would have to like cast it probably more than once. But...
You do understand that it has like a 10-minute thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
It lasts like 10 minutes, so you can, if you manage to find it within the 10 minutes, then you might be able to find Enoch stuff.
Yeah, so I would be able to detect the Blosnin because
Yeah, if you end up,
it's not.
When I said that if you're within a certain range, I mean if you manage to get within a certain range within the time period, then you will be able to find it. Yes.
All right. I'll keep that in mind.
So you wanna cast Detect Magic?
Yeah, I'll do. Well, first I want to go to where the guy that had the keys was, and then do it.
You mean Taz or the actual body that had the keys?
The body that Taz found.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
figure
Sure.
it would be closer.
Sure. You cast Detect Magic, and boy, how do I describe this? Orin is magic. You basically go blind looking at Enoch and maybe just lose a few brain cells.
Of course.
Drengnir is magical with transmutation magic. You're magical. And Leah is weirdly enough magical.
Leah's what?
You see a magical aura around Leah. Very faint, though.
I have a random thought. While using detect magic like that, would Henna be able to see my spirits, my totem?
No, because I would count those more of like ethereal realm, ghostish kind of thing. So if she could see into the ethereal realm, then absolutely. Or if she cast like blink on herself or something.
I feel like that would be a very trippy moment.
It would. I'm gonna be real. I actually have had a player basically cast blink on themselves just to hunt down a ghost. It was interesting.
Enoch learns.
So wait, if we cast
he can
ethereal,
drive all those totems mad.
We're saying, Warlock?
if we were to cast etherealness on this current party, would Drengar look like Drengar, or would Drengar look like a bear?
You don't know. At least not until that happens.
Interesting contemplations.
You can add that to the bucket list if you want.
Oh no, we've got so much
So-
fun stuff in the village.
So Henna's gonna start wandering around trying to find the Blosnin.
Sure, I'll say roll me a perception check.
So I hear we missed ganging up on Alana.
Just comes back to roast.
We're not getting up to Alana. Alana's going through it. She's had a time.
Alana needs her
3 weeks.
I was gonna say Alana needs her Australian danger daddy to calm her.
See, I really thought of it either, but I also didn't really put any importance on it.
Any importance on
Well,
what?
I was like sitting here reading something about how like like Roman auguries, whatever, would get a kick out of Australian birds, and I was just sitting here like, oh, holy shit! Wait, he said upper plane. That means we're in the lower plane, which means we're down under. And he's Australian. Oh.
I would imagine she had like a Jimmy Neutron brain blast moment.
No, it was totally just one of those like wait screens on a computer where like it just hit the corner. That's just it. The singular brain cell hit the corner.
A singular brain
I'm
cell.
literally
fire.
just sitting here picturing that all it was the internet dial-up tone.
Yeah,
followed by,
pretty much.
You've got mail.
You've got mail. You have a thought.
Pretty much.
But yeah, so, you're looking around, Henna, and you aren't able to find her within time. Eventually, your detect magic fades, and now you'll have to look around the old-fashioned way, with actual eyes.
Hey, mistress. Old Enoch knows a way to quickly find our stuff.
Oh no.
I will freeze from this
Enoch will,
plane.
Orin's gonna look at him and just be like, no, stop. Sit down. Don't do anything.
Meanwhile, Henna's gonna be like, do tell.
Through this place as quickly as possible. And I'll find it. I know the smell of those eggs. They've been in my pockets for hundreds of years.
And you ate 5 of them.
I'm eating 4 of them.
Enoch,
That's
you
what you
still have 1 egg on you that you managed to smuggle in. Do you hand it to the queen?
Well, of course. She needs her protein.
Okay, Henna, do you have the 5th egg?
Henna, do you question how the hell he smuggled that in?
Yes! I'm gonna look at him and be like, where were you keeping that?
Oh, a magician never reveals his secrets.
That means he was keeping it exactly where you think it was.
I was gonna say, roll an
I
insight check.
don't want your keys, Gray.
I was gonna say, do you wanna roll an insight check, Henna, to try and gauge if, because this is Enoch. That's the expected route. It could be insight 3. It could be exactly where you think. You don't know. Enoch's too unpredictable. Maybe he did the predictable thing.
I'm just gonna look at him for a little while. Like, I'm gonna look at him for like really like far too long, and then I'm gonna quietly be like, I'm okay. I'm good. I don't need it.
Oh, you're right. In a sticky situation like this, we may need rations for later. He just puts it away silently.
You see it just disappear into nowhere.
Concern escalates.
One day, Henna will have another egg. I want to imagine that Henna forever avoids eggs because of Enoch. The whole party does.
So we have a 1 yes and a 1 no for Enoch's plan. Is there anyone else who wants to go in there, or does Enoch need to roll a wisdom save to see who wins?
Go in where?
His plan to go search out our gear.
What was his plan? I don't even remember.
He's gonna run through this
Run
place
really
as fast
fast
as
and smell
possible.
for the
Oh,
eggs.
right. I mean, does anybody disagree with his plan? I was gonna say, I'm not hearing a no, so Enoch, you have no naysayers in the
Okay.
crowd.
Enoch shall cast Expeditious Retreat on himself and go find our gear.
Sure, roll me a Wild Magic Surge.
I mean, what could make the situation worse, right, guys?
And remember, all of them are next to him. All of them.
Oh god.
Let's see. That is
Let's see what could make the situation worse, guys.
I mean, it could be better. It could be better. Remember, he's only casting it on himself.
Okay, well, this one isn't This one's just for my own benefit here.
What is it?
The target only needs to blink once every 46 hours.
Jesus
Okay,
fuck.
good. Now Enoch's even creepier.
Like I said, that was just for my benefit. Like,
You guys watch him, eyes wide open, start to cast a spell.
and I'm just gonna. What did he turn into? What did he... Oh wait, no. Okay, I thought. Okay, well this is perhaps poetic justice for Hannah. Probably not, because Enoch doesn't care. He turns into a minotaur, but a child.
You guys watch a Minotaur child basically, like, get into a running man position, eyes wide open, and start sprinting down the hall like a bat out of hell. You know what? Roll me a dex check, Enoch, at advantage.
Roll twice.
Yeah, I said dex check, but even still, the dex...
Oh, sorry.
No, that's fine anyways. 12.
Same thing.
Yeah, same thing. Okay, 12. You just start running as fast as you can. Roll me perception at disadvantage. You can use your Tides of Chaos to make it a straight roll. Or you can... no matter what, it's still a natural one. I was gonna say, it's disadvantage, so even if you use Tides of Chaos, that's a straight roll. Unless you use
Yeah,
a
but
luck
I've got-
roll. I think you already
I've got
used...
luck points I could spend. It's
I
just
think
whether
you-
I feel like it's worth it.
Did you use all of them, or did you only use one?
No, I've only used one of them so far.
Fair enough. Yeah, you can roll again for your luck.
I really want to find my stuff, so I'm gonna spend a luck point on this.
Sure.
Perception.
So while Enoch is doing that, do I notice any animals or...
Hey, look! It just removed the negative. Okay, so
Do I notice any animals or anything?
at the moment, no. So you guys watch Enoch as a Minotaur child sprint down the hall, and then dive out of the window of the second floor.
That sounds
You
about
must
right.
really like hitting the floor.
You guys just see him dive out the window, and that's it. He just ran in a straight line, never looking away.
I guess Hannah's gonna like watch that happen and just go, well, I guess we could just start, looking in places that seem to make sense for them to keep stuff.
The only real option we have.
We have stood off to the side, just watching.
Yeah.
As this Minotaur child dives out a window in front of you.
You see Taz just sort of like, huh, interesting. Just sort of like taking in the scene before him.
I assume they're just stood next to each other. Leah's just like, yep, okay, this is pretty par for the course.
And here I thought it was weird when I first saw my shield maiden levitate a shield.
So he's just like, so I gotta ask, the hell is he? Or it?
Who knows?
Wait, who is he asking?
I believe that's still being worked out by a college of our peers, but none of us can come to a consensus.
Just like an entire like 20-person like college, just like, okay, it might be, this theory might be correct, this theory might be correct. They're just like, it never gets. The question of the
The
age
only
is, what is
answer to that
Enoch?
question is he's Enoch.
Yeah.
That's the only
Yeah,
answer we
really.
have.
Oh, the apprentice is
just
learning.
Please
Interesting.
don't. Not right now.
Hannah's gonna side-eye Taz and then just go, would you like to see my scrapbook of his art?
Leah's like, no.
Have you collected the portrait that was in his cell?
Yes, I'm gonna go get that.
Sure, you
And
get
add
it.
to the scrapbook.
You get a picture of a bunch of chains wrapping around people coming out of the ground.
Henna's gonna kind of just wave it and be like, I told you he did it. I told you it was Enoch.
I don't think there was
And
ever-
I'm gonna add it to the scrapbook.
I'll say, Leah, roll me an insight check.
Oh my god. Wait, I need to unlock the computer. Hold on. Why?
Can I ask for the keys from Taz and then just go look at Inspect Boris' self for anything?
Knock yourself out, kiddo. Or he just sort of looks around. At this point, it might just be literal.
I am curious. Has Enoch taken any damage from falling from a second floor after you made him jump out?
No. I'll
Okay,
say
good.
because he is Enoch, he landed like horns first in the ground.
Do I roll an investigation for that one?
Yeah, roll investigation. Leah, you can definitely tell that Taz is sort of connecting some dots when when you guys are talking about Enoch, when he's just sort of like looking around at all the mayhem that's around, and it almost looks like he's half contemplating something and sort of figuring something out or coming to some kind of conclusion, but you can't quite tell what.
Alright, I'm gonna ask him. What conclusion did you just come to?
Roll persuasion.
Do I get advantage?
Tell me, why would you get advantage in this situation?
Our lovely dinner? My personality?
Yeah, no, you just roll straight.
Is that a no, Rue?
That's a no for the advantage. Unless Enoch wants to use his luck point.
Because okay, I don't know if it was a date, but he asked me out to dinner, so he has an interest in learning more about me.
He had such a wonderful first day.
I'm gonna shoot him in the head. Ba-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Ah, ba-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Ah. Poor Alana. We'll never know if I gave her advantage or not. Ever. Impromptu quitting of the session, cowards. I apologize to anyone who may have heard that. Really wish I gave you headphone wearers a bit of warning. Yes. Yugi boy. You have activated my trap card. My trap card being, I know what Enoch is. Or no, I really don't. I really don't. What my trap card did do is, I guess, tie Leah to some random drow.
Hannah.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Okay, so to answer your question, Alana, your date didn't give you advantage. I did say that if Enoch wanted, he could use one of his luck points to let you reroll.
I mean, I don't think luck points are supposed to be able to use like that.
Yes, but also
Unless you're bending the rules.
I was gonna say, any of the things I've done have not been in the rules. Like, think about it. Henna was able to give you.
Enoch has already destroyed this town. You can have his last luck point then.
Oh, goody. What is
He
it?
doesn't have a use for his luck points until he gets a long rest where he actually gets, spell slots back and
It
help.
was so worth it. It was a 9.
My luck points seem to have a way of doing that. None of them have worked out well yet.
I mean, I mean, it worked out well for your painting.
That was a Tides of Chaos.
Oh, that was Tides of Chaos, fair. All right. So, Leah, he just sort of like looks to you and he says, I'm willing to tell you, but only if we end up having a second date. But for now, let's try and make it through this day so we can see a second date.
It's gonna be like, we were on a date? That was an actual date?
Honestly, I'd like to think so, but yeah, it did end up getting cut pretty short due to just sort of points everywhere.
Leah's gonna be like, if you want a date, you should explicitly say it's a date. I would not have an issue having dinner with you again. And then just kind of like awkwardly scoot away.
It just side shuffles away.
Yeah, like she's gonna be like, I would like to have dinner with you again in, I suppose, a context similar to today, besides the chains, and then move away.
Right. I'm gonna assume you really don't need me here since you got your buddies. Unless you want me here.
Yeah, stay here, dude. Like, don't go anywhere. There's chains all over the place. Don't leave.
I have a bit of a question, Orin. Not Orin.
Samus, yeah.
You scared the wave of fear that I just.
Wait, even better, you were talking about me. Okay, yeah.
A
Yes.
question, Orin.
Answer me, Orin. Tell me about my question. Yeah.
From where Enoch has landed, can he find a rope nearby?
Yeah, probably not that long. Some, like, twine rope.
Enoch would like to cast rope trick to get back up to the second floor and join everyone.
Sure, you guys see him use a rope like an elevator and just sort of walk off.
Yeah, Leah's gonna watch you and be like, I think it's better if you stay with us.
Somehow still not the strangest thing I've seen happen today.
What did Orin roll for his investigation?
18.
18. Looking around, you have no idea the layout of this prison. It is large. So, staying close enough to the group while searching, you're not able to find anything. You bump into, like, various different rooms, like lounge rooms, rooms for what you can only assume is, like, visitation, so on and so forth.
I was just gonna look and see if I could find anything in Bora's room. In Bora's cell? Like any...
In Bora's cell, you find nothing that will help you in any capacity.
Okay. I didn't think so, but I figured it was worth a try anyway.
Okay, yeah. I rolled a surge because you had me use Tides of Chaos to negate that last disadvantage.
Sorry, what was that?
What would be Sorry. I rolled since I cast rope trick to get back up here, I rolled another surge.
Oh, yeah. What do you roll?
And would you consider Enoch the target of a rope trick? It's a target spell, but I cast...
Okay, tell me the effect and I will have to decide.
The target's memories of the last 1d12 hours are full of butterflies.
You know what? I will allow it because it's Enoch. Yeah, he's the target.
I don't know that this affects anything. It's just funny.
It is.
Also,
That's why I'm allowing it.
Instead of a young Minotaur, you see an even younger turtle climbing up the rope and jumping.
You see a tiny baby turtle just like basically just hold onto a rope and then step off, and then the rope disappears and he just like slowly waddling towards you. And he's got, like, big, clear eyes and everything.
Okay, Enoch is done with shenanigans for now. I'm sorry.
No, I'm fine with it.
Are you sure about that? I'm not.
And we have to, just to round this whole thing out for Taz at least, you know, it's not just a baby turtle. It's a very long-legged baby turtle who just does not seem to blink.
There we go. This very long, gangly-legged baby turtle with manic, unblinking eyes walks towards all of you with his long gait.
Still somehow not the strangest thing I've seen today.
Most of the party is completely unfazed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
I'm
par for
sorry.
the
I'll
course.
let us actually search for our gear. I wanted at least one more search since I had it saved.
So this is what Enoch looks like right now. I put it
Oh my
in
God.
Blood Magic.
Oh my god.
Alrighty. Why don't we go find our gear now?
I'm not really thinking about it. It's just gonna go over and pick him up.
He has long legs, so you just sort of like you have to like grab
But
him
he's
from
small.
up. You have to lift your arms up to grab him, and then his legs shrink in if he wants to.
I'm just gonna grab him.
Okay. You're being held by the queen. You have never known such honor, Enoch.
Enoch just shrinks his legs back and just kind of goes limp.
He ragdolls in your hands like dead.
Just gonna hold him like a toddler.
Oren, you get back from your search and you see Henna caressing, like, not caressing, but like holding up Mufasa style, like a baby turtle.
That roll is just to determine how many times a day I need to blink. Twice is the answer.
Oren just slightly weeping. I need everybody to roll me another D100.
Oh god.
Again, minus Zane.
You always
Mine
do
is-
that just before I can turn my mic back on. I'm gonna catch you once.
Nah, you won't. I'm gonna get through this entire session, never make a mistake. Good luck.
Oh, this whole
What
session.
do you think?
Big mistake.
You guys are fine. No chains seem to be targeting you at the moment. So,
And now
you
I
guys
gotta do
are all
restitution
together
for
and can't
Bora
find
and Kylan.
Enoch or Drengnir's gear or Bora's gear. What do you want to do?
I'm
Can we
going to try to
search
find
this
my own
entire
gear.
guardhouse?
Sorry, what was that? Dringer? Warlock?
He's gonna try and find
I'm going to look for my gear.
Sure, roll investigation. Magnus, what do you say?
I was just saying, have we searched this place? I thought you said we couldn't find it whatsoever. Like, we had looked through everything, but it's not here.
Drengnir literally opens up a secret hatch, like, behind the desk of the guy. Like, Drengnir, you literally watched Oren step back and forth over that thing like 30 times, and you realize that that it was like sinking in ever so slightly. You go over there and just flip it open, and you find a bunch of gear, your gear, Bora's gear, some other prisoner's gear probably, but none of Enoch's gear.
Is there
I
a
will
crossbow?
pick up Laura's gear, other person's gear, and I will put my stuff on, and I will toss all their gear into other bags, and I will carry their stuff till we find other prisoner, or we can sell it until we find Bora.
As you do, you see the person that's been trailing Henna, this like wood elven woman, just say, "Okay, that stuff's mine, thank you," and she just sort of like reaches for it.
Oren's gonna ask if he can carry
Straight
Bora's
eats.
stuff.
As the third gear you found was Solana's, but you cannot find Enoch's yet.
Can
I
Leo
think
go
it
in
was
there and
Solana.
see if...
What was that?
Go ahead. I was gonna say, is there a crossbow in there that Leo can just, like, confiscate?
No crossbow in there, no.
How about a quarterstaff?
There's Bora's quarterstaff, yes, if you want to borrow that for now.
No.
I mean, you
I'm
know
gonna
that she got
risk-
swallowed into the ground. You have to find her anyways.
You don't want to learn how to use Bora's quarterstaff that
I'm
can
not gonna
expand?
take it from Oren, who seems emotionally distraught.
Sure. I mean,
Before
I'll
I give
say-
him that staff,
I was
it's
gonna say,
literally going to
there-
be me
there aren't
holding
crossbows,
it in
but
the air above him.
yeah, I was gonna say there are like dead guards with bows around the area.
Like crossbows?
Short bow, or sorry, long bows.
I don't have proficiency in that. I don't know. I'll just pick up a couple extra daggers if any of them have them on there.
Yeah, you managed to find like 7 other daggers. Very,
I'll just pick up
very
the daggers.
interesting make because all of them seem to be made out of like an obsidian rock kind of substance.
Yeah, cool.
You're going to have one hell of a draw.
What?
On a bow, the weight behind how hard you have to pull to draw the bow back. If it's made out of stone,
No.
I think the daggers.
oh, the daggers. My brain went to a bow with obsidian draw, and it's like, damn, that's gonna be a hell of a draw.
No, Rune said there was no crossbows, so I decided to leave the bows alone.
Now we have a bunch of stabby sticks.
Bunch of stabby sticks.
But yeah, so you managed to pick up like 7 on top of whatever you had. And yeah, Dragnir, you managed to find that. You also managed to find like a pouch of a random substance. And you managed to find like you have Oren has the keys and you managed to use the keys and you managed to open up like one of the desks and find what looks to be a flask and that has like some ale in it of some kind and about 3 very roughly hewn rubies.
Oh, this is Dragnir or this is Leah?
Dragnir. Okay.
I thought you were talking to Leah, so I need you to repeat it.
I said that Dragnir, you found on top of what you did, after getting the keys from Oren, inside of a desk, you managed to find a flask of ale and a pouch that contains 3 roughly hewn rubies.
Not bad, not bad.
Oh, Oren's gonna
You
have
also
to-
managed to find a gun. Like
He-
a...
his neutral special. He
No,
runs a gun.
not a pistol, a shotgun.
Oh. A shotgun in the hands of Dranger is terrifying to think about.
Who says Dragnir is gonna use it?
Still,
Plus 4 to dexterity.
True. You can also hand it to your wizard.
I request Enoch get the gun.
Or maybe just give it to Henna.
Barbarian with a shotgun. So much better.
But none of you are proficient with it anyway, so yeah. But you managed to find it.
Yeah.
You also managed to find 4 ammunition for it. So yeah, you managed to find a good haul of stuff, including your own. The only person that has not found his stuff yet is Enoch.
Thank you for that. I know what you're doing. I'm on to you.
What was that?
I said I resent you for that. I know what you're doing, and I'm on to you.
What do you mean?
All of my stuff, my precious items. Enoch was the richest, and you're just trying to put him down.
Yeah, he's got to be taken down. We got to eat the rich here.
I'm upset about the Blaznin.
Yeah, unfortunately, you aren't able to find the Blazin in any of his art supplies or anything else.
I want to try and find an employee of the prison that isn't dead.
one of them's currently like shooting a few chains and like being strangled by one. Is oh, what's gonna do for you?
I would like to stab the chain.
Sure, roll me an attack roll with a dagger.
So bad. It's gonna go so bad.
Oh my god.
Okay, you think to yourself, you hold your loot in one hand, you hold your dagger in the other, and then you just start beating the chain with your loot. Drenir, you see a very impressive resolve of pure brutality coming from this drow woman as she beats the chain to death with a wooden lute.
I thought you looked a little bit familiar. You're that lovely young lady that I helped dismember a body, aren't you?
Finally, yes, I am. And then I'm gonna turn to the guy that I just rescued from the chain and go,
Fights! Oh!
"Where's this stuff?"
What stuff? There's stuff everywhere!
Hours.
The possessions of one of your prisoners wasn't with all of the other ones.
Yeah,
Where
there's
is
a bunch.
it?
Like, roll a intimidation check or persuasion, your choice. Or, yeah, intimidation or persuasion. At advantage. 25. There's little pockets everywhere, like on multiple floors. There's everywhere little secret compartments. We don't want them getting their hands on it if they ever try and escape. So, it's pretty much everywhere. If they weren't in one place, there's someone else. There's somewhere else. I don't know where it is. The only one I knew about was the one over there that you guys seem to have already gone through. The others were controlled by, well, most of the people are dead who know where they are.
You're gonna
We
show
don't
me
need it.
every
Can I end
single
him?
one you know. Wait, you're gonna show me every single one you know of until we find his stuff.
I just said that that was the only one that I know about.
It's the only one.
That I know of, yes. There are more. I do not know where they are. I know that they're on different levels, different parts. Some may be in walls, some may be behind bookshelves, blah, blah, blah. You get the gist? So I think I heard a rumor that even one of them behind a toilet.
I'm gonna look at Dregnar and be like, "Have at him. He's all yours."
So you want to try and attack him, Dregnar?
Batter up.
Okay, roll initiative, I'll say first.
Okay.
At this point, we're just gonna walk off while y'all do this. There's more
We just
pressing
pulled
things.
Natural 20, okay, yeah, let me roll
Or doesn't want to witness another murder.
Yeah. 12, so yeah, you go first, Dregnar.
Cool. Let's make that attack roll again now.
So Enoch Orin because he believes Orin has the right idea. They need to find his bag to solve the situation.
18 hits.
I'm gonna slot myself in there too.
Dregnar, you wind up for a massive attack and just sort of, he dodges out of the way but manages to like give him a paper cut.
So I would also like to say that I'm not trying to cut him with the axe. I'm literally trying to hit him with it like it's a baseball bat.
Fair enough. You managed to hit him like a little bit, but it didn't seem to have done too much. Like, it did as much as you were expecting, but you were hoping to hit him harder.
I was.
I guess the dude is gonna attack you with his short sword. Does a dirty 20 hit?
Unfortunately.
You take 7 piercing as you are unconscious, I believe, since you only had like 5 HP.
What's half of 7?
Oh, true. You didn't rage. You didn't say you were raging.
Ah, fine. We won't retroactively.
Yeah, we like you gotta mention that you rage as your bonus action. You didn't though. But yeah, I'm pretty sure even half like you took some damage. But either way, Henna, you say have at him, and then Dragnar's like yes, immediately bats him upside the head with like a baseball bat, but it seems to like not really hit him too hard. And then the guy's like, "Ow, you fucking nut, long neck VB cunt!" And then immediately stabs him in the gut and twists the knife, and then kicks him off, and then spits on him and walks away.
Oh wait, I joined the initiative. You can't leave.
He can't leave. This is a Dark Souls fight, bitch. This is a Dark Souls fight, bitch. You can't leave the arena.
We're not playing D&D, we're playing fucking Dark Souls.
Yeah. What does Henna want to
I'm
do?
done with you. Get back here.
What does Henna want to do?
I would like to cast command on him.
Command what?
Let's see my options. I'm gonna cast grovel.
No, you can. No. It can be any one singular word. It doesn't have to only be
Yeah,
those.
grovel. It's one like it has a list of words that I can use.
What I mean is that like the command spell lets you can use any singular word, like any singular command and do that. It doesn't only have to be the ones from that list. You can choose the list, but you can
like
also
that one.
you can also choose like return.
I like that one because he has to lay on the floor and do nothing.
Sure. I'll say for the sake of it, he walks back to like, the hell did you just say to me? And then the magic immediately kicks in and or actually no, I gotta do a wisdom save. I just realized.
Yeah.
While this is happening, Leah's off in a corner showing Taz her new daggers.
Sure. He's just like, what? Okay, so this is what happens. Like, sorry, what do you just? And immediately just like goes on the ground. I beseech you, Queen. Yas, Queen. What do you wish of me? Like he's just groveling like that for the next few seconds.
Alright, and then I'm gonna go to Draenor and cast Cure Wounds on him.
Sure. Roll. How much is health? Well, it's no. It would have. Yeah, his turn. Your turn. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. It would have been Draenor's turn.
It ends his turn if he can't do anything.
Yeah. He's on the ground. It was your turn again. So, you can cast your wound. So yeah, Draenor, you're back to consciousness with 12 HP.
I am completely okay with this.
Yeah, and you also feel something on your face, and you see that there's spit on your face. Like just a nasty loogie.
Do I get advantage for this hit?
Let me think. He's currently on the ground, so yes.
Technically prone.
Yeah, he's currently prone, so yeah. I was just thinking about whether he had his turn to, like, get up by now or no, but yeah. 16.
Oh, I'm so glad for that.
16 hits. 5.
Now we're using the pointy bits.
Alright, you slash at him. He's like, fuck, odd! And you immediately see the enchantment break off, Henna. And it's his turn. He's gonna stand up and immediately just attempt to stab you again. That's a 14. Does that hit?
No.
Okay. Also, do you want to know what he rolled for his wisdom save, Amy?
Yes, I do.
really want to know.
Natural 1.
Yes.
He was literally just like, what do you...
I love that.
But yeah, he tries to stab you, but in the exact same spot, but you managed to move out of the way. I guess it's Henna's turn. What does she want to do?
I would like to cast Suggestion on him.
Sure, he has to make a wisdom save.
Mm-hmm.
What's your suggestion?
To get back on the ground.
It's like, weird request, but fine. And then he just goes on the ground and just lays prone with his hands behind his back.
Yay!
He rolled a 2 for his wisdom save. So he rolled a natural 1 and then a 2 for his wisdom save in a row.
This is my favorite thing. I love this.
Draenor, your
when
turn.
you and I are working together, we've got a great combo. Every character I've had.
Draenor, you're up. What do you want to do as he's just like confused laying on the ground?
Since the dumbass tried to stab me again, I'm going to start off with roaring like a damn bear.
Okay. I assume raging?
Yes.
Alright.
And since he's prone, I don't think either's gonna
You
hit.
try.
He got lucky.
Yeah, I was gonna say you try and swing at him and just like thing, and yeah, he's just continuing to lay down because it's an 8-hour spell until he takes damage. He's like, "You mind stop being noisy too there? I'm just trying to lie down here as she requested, dickhead."
Do as your queen commands.
That's the thing about suggestion. Until they take damage and have a chance to save again, they just have to follow for the next 8 hours.
If only someone could cast more healing spells on me.
Would that break my concentration on the suggestion?
No, not unless you cast a
No?
spell that has concentration on it, or take damage yourself and then you fail a concentration check.
All right. So, is it my turn?
Yeah.
Worth remembering, we're in the middle of
So-
a crisis here. We might need spells.
This is not smart of me.
So yeah,
But yeah.
yeah. You're. I think you have total like 19 HP right now, Drignir.
No, I have 12. That was healed for 12.
No,
No, I
then
just
you
healed you another 7.
Yeah,
so
another
you're
7.
19 now.
So yeah, now I have 19.
Yeah. All right. Back to your turn, Drignir.
And he's still prone, so...
Yeah.
This is not
You hit.
I was thinking we would have this session.
Oh my fucking god, another 5s.
Yeah. So you just swing and hit him right in the back of the like.
Oh wait, that would actually be a... Let me double check.
Oh yeah, because you're raging, so that's another +2.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would have been 7. So what happens is just you swing and hit right into the upper, like, you just line it up like a golf thing and then just, like, swing right into the, like, top of his spine. I'll say you can either kill him or you can just leave him paralyzed for life.
Oh no, he spit on me. He's losing his head.
Okay, you hit him and now part of his head is, like, dangling off but not completely chopped off. Unless you just want to be vitriolic and just keep chopping until his head comes off.
Straight up gonna get the vitriol and off with his head.
Okay. Yeah, you eventually decapitate him, after like 12 seconds.
Holding him by the hair in like a very angry, almost bear-like voice. I am holding the head to Henna, a gift for Enoch's queen. You straight up ripped a man's jaw out to kill him in front of me. I am
I
already.
did,
assuming
and I
you're okay
offered
with
you
this.
that jaw. So I understand why this is happening right now. I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take it.
You look at the face and it has this look of, why you gotta be such a dick, man?
I'm like, okay, sounds legit. Like to put it in my bag.
Alright, add decapitated drow head.
Jesus Christ.
Why?
People with morals need to grow a backbone and control the actions of this party.
What are morals?
Orin has morals. I'm pretty sure Bora has morals. I'm sure Leah has some level of morals, but...
Bora's been eaten by the earth.
Bora's, I know. What I mean is just, like, in a general sense. It's like, why is this happening? Because you don't ever try to control it?
Bora's been eaten by the earth. Orin is afraid of us.
Blood for the blood god! As Dragnir is, like, raining blood onto his own head.
Blood for the blood god.
Rolls for the skull throne.
Then Anna's gonna kind of turn after having stuffed this head into her backpack. She's just gonna turn to the rest of the party with like a pout and go, I need a nap.
Can we get out of here?
Y'all welcome to come to my place if it hasn't been burned down already.
Can I take a nap there?
Sure.
Real quick.
Got some guest
I'm
rooms?
gonna look at Enoch and just ask, in vain, he's gonna ask, if he has any idea where the chains went.
I would imagine that Henna was like holding on to Enoch and like stroking his head while she was doing all this.
I'm shouting commands to this man while petting Enoch. Yes.
Sure.
He really
And
is the villain of this story. What the hell?
Enoch's only answer to Orin shall be to freedom.
That's not an answer.
That means nothing.
I mean, it is an answer, just not the one you wanted.
Can you get
Yeah.
Dora back at least?
Leah from the corner. Angaston and maybe Jimmy.
Yeah, those two too, but
Enoch,
I would very
so you're
much like
asking
you
for
to
Bora
leave
back?
Enoch.
just get our party back at least, and then we can worry about fixing the city later.
Enoch
Who needs
will
to fix
ask
his
for
city's
some
flavor?
painting material so he can paint the caption of "to captivity."
Sure.
Oh no.
Roll a D100. Like you have blood as painting material.
You have blood. I hate it here.
I love this party right now.
All right. You try and draw her back in captivity, and you think the material that you're using just isn't high enough quality. You think the blood is just too thin.
Oh no, this won't do. I'm gonna have to get my own supplies back. The answer is in the bag.
All right, so I guess we go around poking at walls until we find Enoch's stuff.
I don't know why, but I'm putting faith in you, Enoch, that you can do this one thing.
That has been the most comedic line I've heard all night. I'm putting faith in you, Enoch.
I don't know why. I just want to.
Desperation, that's why.
Desperation. Yeah, it's desperation.
But
Yeah,
you have
so-
your friends.
Yeah, sorry, Zane. Forevermore, you're just gonna be in text form. You're not ever gonna be able to speak.
Only Ghost Zane.
But Orin, you have your friends here.
I will say, if
I
you
want the
want, you
friends
can
we
spend.
lost.
If you guys want, you can spend as much an hour or two because looking through every wall and everything throughout this throughout this prison by each of you rolling your own separate investigation check, and maybe one of you guys will find Enoch stuff. That is the best I will allow. If you guys can't find anything at the end of this, I'll just say you aren't able to find anything at all.
21. How's that do?
What is it? Investigation?
Yeah. Again, minus Zane.
This is not looking good.
It's all on Leah's back now.
I got a 21.
I mean, Orin got a
Sorry.
21.
It's all on Leah's back now.
Leah and Orin picking up the party with this because it's not my gear, so I no
Yeah.
longer care.
Leah. You look around and you guys spend an hour and you can't find anything. Then you go back to Enoch's cell. And you move a stone and you find you find 2 bags in there.
Leah stopped talking about her daggers for 5 minutes and was like, okay, and then just went.
Enoch, you have your bag of eggs and your what's called your magic bag. Nothing, and your art supplies. That is it. Nothing else. Nothing else.
Ichiran. I bet I'm somewhere up. I'm turning this city upside down.
You already did.
You haven't seen what I can do yet. That
Bring
was
it,
what I did.
bitch. Use your art supplies. See what happens.
Honestly, I'm fine with just the bag. The bag
Yeah.
was really the one thing I wanted the most.
Oh, no, I
the rest of
figured.
it would be great. I really want the rest of it back, but
So you have your art supplies with your vials of Blazanen, your magic bag, and your bag of eggs.
Well, first I'm gonna have to pull from the bag because the answer lies in there.
Sure, pull from the bag, see what happens. The party pulled to the brink. Leah manages to find the thing that makes Enoch most dangerous. His bag of eggs. What do you roll?
58.
58. Let me see.
Yeah, this is about par for the course. Enoch pulls out a bucket, and inside there's various oats and grains. It appears to be chicken feed. Oh, this is what I needed. Enoch takes a mouthful.
You just stuff it. You see him stuff a mouthful of like chicken feed as well as like hard-boiled eggs into his mouth, and Enoch, you're ready. You're ready to draw and bring the soothsayer back to captivity.
Do I dare try and use my last use of Blosnin for this?
Your choice, or you could just do it with, I don't know, actual art supplies. Or like Leah's ink or
Bring
something.
Bora back, Blosnin, not blue.
At least we'd have her back.
I'm giving you a bardic inspiration for whatever you do.
I feel like I need my chaos back if I'm gonna do this. I'm putting on my thinking cap room.
Okay.
Enoch puts on his crown as he goes to really think about
Sure. You cast Crown of Madness on yourself. Roll me a Wild Magic Surge.
On Fireball.
Honestly, it would be impressive if I rolled Fireball with this.
Yeah, out of 10,000 results, you rolled Fireball of all things.
That is not the worst result that could have happened here.
I know. It's funny. It's one of the funnier. All right. 159. That is interesting. That's really low.
Hey, it's me. Samus 159.
This once again has nothing to do with me because this feels like it was made for a wizard.
What happened?
Can this just apply to whatever painting I make right now?
Well, what is it?
Pages of the caster spellbook are indestructible.
You know what? I will.
Scrapbook.
I will allow it to be. I will allow it to be the scrapbook. Anytime anything that you roll refers to the caster's spellbook, I will allow it to be the scrapbook instead. Like, we'll say that it's a scrapbook.
That makes perfect sense, and I'm fine with it.
Okay, so now you have an indestructible scrapbook of Enoch's horrifying paintings.
And I also remember last time I rolled that my ink is waterproof as well.
Oh yeah, that's amazing. What else did you like? What race age are you? I think
I'm still a child. I can't get out of being a child. And I'm a satyr.
You see him go from like a cute little tortoise in your hands, Henna, to now he's like goat lower body, and he's just got like the horns and everything, and he's just like hairy, and he's just like in your arms, and he's a child.
And I'm just gonna be like, well, okay then.
We have two chances here. Somebody has something else they can give me. That one's no good. That one's better. I only get a D6.
Yeah, unless you can reduce that to like, yeah, there's no way for you to reduce it down to 0 with that.
It's a 21, unfortunately. It's not his best work, but it's not his worst. And
So,
I just want to say,
yeah.
the picture is that of, like, just Bora in a completely open, endless, grassy field.
Sure.
With
Yeah, I was gonna say, but remember, this is also like nightmarish. So you guys see him draw a very detailed image of Bora, but really twisted and serial killer-esque in a an open grass field, next to like a tree that has like hanging bodies off of it.
Please tell me the sun is a giant eyeball.
It is.
Oh, no. Of course.
And instead of rays of sunshine, it's tentacles.
No,
Oh.
just it's still rays of sunshine.
If it grass would be more like dark tendrils or something, but
Yeah.
I think I'd have to roll
Ever
a
the
little
dark
lower to
tentacles.
get the full effect here. It's just not what it should be. The grass looks too realistic, and her face is a little too on point. It's just not quite there. I need a little something else. There's something else I need for inspiration here. She's the one who asked for freedom. I gave her freedom. I need some other inspiration.
You didn't. You took away her freedom.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Also, I don't think anybody else has inspiration unless I'm wrong.
I have inspiration. I have inspiration from that episode where you gave Oren and me inspiration. The one where Todd died.
True. That'll reduce it by another D6, making it lower than 21, but I don't think it'll be
Would
enough.
that do anything?
Not unless all of you guys have inspiration that you're willing to throw at this and pray that he rolls enough to make it lower than a 21.
Unfortunately, I do not possess inspiration or anything to lower it.
Yeah.
It just has to be lower than 21.
I still don't have my holy water, so I can't bless myself.
Well, right now it's at 21. You guys are gonna have to like, if you guys want this to work, it'll have to become 0 or lower.
That's not possible, right?
Retroactively add the Blosnin if we could get it down to like 5.
What does the Blosnin do again? I thought it gave you advantage, didn't it?
I thought we had discussed that it brought the DC up to 5 for the real effects and
Right. Yeah.
for the maddening effect.
It became 20. Yeah.
So right now it would be, it's 21. We would need to drop it down 16 to get it to where I can add Blosnin.
With
It would
2
be a real effect.
d6s.
I mean,
Yeah,
what's
so-
the what did Hannah roll for her other important roll?
Leah,
I used both of them.
Yeah, Leah.
I used both of them already.
You use both? Okay, yeah. It doesn't seem like numerically possible for you to get it to where it needs to be right now.
We can just keep trying later.
Yeah. I'll say like that you didn't use the Blosnin for now, but yeah. You made a very good painting, Enoch. Not your best work. Not enough to bring... Not enough to captivate the soothsayer.
Well then, in that case, we go find her ourselves.
I need
By which
everybody
mean
to
we
roll me
all
another
get
D100.
dragged down to jail.
I know we'd like to I would like to pat Oren on the shoulder and just be like, well, you tried. It was a good effort.
Yeah. Everybody except Zane roll me a D100.
Alana has to go,
Okay.
so...
I'm gonna need you to roll me a dex save very quickly.
Me.
you guys are just like talking and you're just like patting Oren on the shoulder, and then you hear and you guys see that Leah's gone, being sucked up into the ground, as she did join you, Zane.
Yes.